Hey y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. How y'all live? How's everybody doing? Happy TGIF. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Get in here. Let's talk. Let's talk. Hit the like button. Let's go. Listen, listen, listen. I'm so glad to see everybody. Look here, man. I know everybody talking about what's the girl, Megan and Tori and Kelsey. Guess what? I'm not. I'm tired. I'm here for when the verdict come in. It's been too much. So listen, please, if anybody come in the chat asking about it, y'all tell them we'll talk to us when the verdict come out. We tired. We Megan'd out. I like Megan. I like her, her little hair and stuff. She be switching it up real nice. But we gonna talk about it once we get us a verdict and not before. Okay. Now there's, we got some sisters live that's talking about it. If they want to talk about it, they got to go over there. Okay. They got to go over there. So listen. Who else we got? Okay. Oh, and we got a birthday for Jackie Gaines. Jackie Gaines, happy birthday. I know it's belated because I wasn't live on her birthday. So y'all please show Jackie Gaines some love for her birthday. Happy birthday, sis. Happy belated. Okay. Let me greet everybody who's in the chat. And we got to talk, honey. We got to talk. And the reason we got to talk is because Gizelle and y'all cousin Robert went on Sherri's show and they say the hell with y'all black folks. So we finna talk about why they said the hell with y'all. We finna talk about it. Yes, we are. Let me greet everybody first before we dig in, because we about to dive in. We got to dive in. Oh, yes. Happy to be happy. How you doing? I'm glad you made it. First one in the room. Okay, Ashley up in here. JC up in here. Who else up in here? Yolanda Franklin up in here. Up in here. Morgan's Muses is in the house. The beautiful Bianca Edwards is up in here. Who else we got? Miss Sparkle. Our resident Mary Kay lady, the baddest lady in the whole Mary Kay. I don't know nobody better than Miss Sparkle. Y'all better holler at her before it's too late. It's Christmas time. Don't mess around and don't get your gifts. Don't mess around and don't get your gifts. If you got something you want to get out to somebody, holler at Miss Sparkle. That's your girl. Mika, my little cousin niece, is in the house. How is it? How you doing, Mika? Is it a wonderful so-and-so Friday? I hope Mika come up where I can hear some more of that good cussing. Well, Mika be doing it. If y'all ain't been here to hear Mika cuss, you missed the treat. I can't cuss like that, but Mika be getting it in. Nacho Twins mama, how you doing? Miss Kaiser Sose is in the house. Who else we got? He Lel. Oh yes, now it's a party. We got somebody don't mind being silly up in here. Who else we got? Rochelle. Hey Rochelle, how you doing? How you doing, girl? All right. I love it. I love it. All that love for our sister Jackie. Happy birthday to her. I know she's busy, but y'all please show some love. You know, that's our version of pinning that good dollar on the shirt. So let's show some love. Let's show some love. We got my good sis Marilyn McGowan in the house. Hey, boo. How you doing? How you doing? We got Cool Gamer up in here. DS done made it. Hey, DS. Dora. Hey, sis. How are you? Debbie Garcia up. We got one of the Debs in the house because it's time to talk about housewives. Katrina Taylor is here. Hey, boo. I hope you had a good day, too. My sister Glennis is here. Hey, now. What's going on? My Kai is here. Hello, gorgeous. Niecy Rose, the beautiful and gorgeous Niecy Rose. Y'all know her. Y'all know her. Hey, God's anointed daughter. What's going down? You were just talking about me. Yeah, I needed a couple of days. I had a lot of stuff going on. I had to try to rein it in and gain control of the situation. It's a few things that, you big sis had to handle. I had to handle a couple of things right quick like that. Y'all know how it is. We still got to be mamas. Still got to do it. DS. Okay, who else we got? I don't want to miss nobody. I'm finna mess up. I don't mean to. Red Majestic Diva, how you doing? Vet, hey Vet. How you? All the way from Birmingham, England. We got one nurse, Courtney, up in here. How you doing, sis? Good to see you. There go my Velda. Hey, girl. How you doing? Tracy Lashley. Hey there. How you? It's so good to see you. Yolanda Franklin, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. I appreciate you so much. Tay B, what's going on? Good to see you. Yolanda Franklin hit me with another dollar super sticker. I appreciate it. Lord, Tay B talking about Robert ain't your cousin. Now, come on now. Why y'all got to do y'all cousin Robert like that? Why y'all act like that with Robert? Now, why y'all do that to your cousin? ST, how you? Good to see you, Kim Bird. How you feeling, sis? It's always good to see you. Always happy to see you. Queen of Hearts, KS, how are you? How are you? Just a reminder, y'all know our Christmas live stream is going to be tomorrow. We having games. We having giveaways. We going to be acting a pure fool up in here, and I hope y'all here to take part in it. If you miss it, you're going to be mad at yourself. That's all I'm telling you. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. I'm telling y'all ahead of time, I'll be reposting the posters and stuff just as a reminder of what's going down. All right. Just as a reminder. Just a reminder. Mega Million. Hey, love. How are you? Okay. So now, listen. We got to talk about your kin people. They on the television acting up. They on the television acting up, and we got to talk about it. That's all right. I'm back. ST. I'm back. I just needed a couple days to handle a few things. That's all. Just a couple days. Niecy Rose said, Robert, not my cousin either. I rebuke that. You rebuke it? Okay. All right, Sister Equitos. You reject it, huh? Okay, Debbie Garcia, thank you so much for the super sticker. See, that's why I love my sisters, honey. We be on the porch. Y'all show some love, and I be so excited. Like, you know what? It might not be, a million people off in here, but we got the right crew, and we have us a good time talking about these folks. It's going to be 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. So depending on where you are, that's when we're going to be on, and it's going to be on. Mika say that Rob man is nobody cousin. Y'all wrong. Don't nobody want to claim him? Don't nobody want to claim him? Okay, Sister Equi. I see you. So listen. So these fools went on Sherri's show. First of all, I don't even know when Sherri's show come on. Y'all know I made it very clear. I'm never watching Sherri Shepherd's show. I am not interested in nothing Sherri Shepherd got to say. Bump Sherri. Sherri rubbed me the wrong way, the way she handled that whole Wendy Williams situation, and I ain't gonna never forget it. Y'all know me, okay? And I don't want to hear no jokes about an elephant never forgets. I know I'm a big girl, and maybe that's why I remember everything, but I'm not gonna forget that no time soon. Oh no. So we got to talk about that. We also need to discuss Respucia Lattimore with her fine self talking to Carlos King. That's right, I'm talking about Charrisse. Spilsha girl was over there talking with Carlos King, and apparently she still got it in for Karen Huger. It's like, honey, we're going to talk about that because that's a big mess too. Hey, Kenya 330. And we got to talk about this sneak peek. This sneak peek is, the sneak peek ain't peeking. It's the sneak peek that ain't peeking. I don't know what's going to happen in these next couple of episodes, but it's giving distraction. It's giving distraction from what's really going on. Okay, DS, I second that motion about Sherri Shepherd show. Yeah, I wish I would watch that. I'm not doing it. I wish I would. Oh, man. Every time you working, that's when we having parties. I'm so sorry. Hey, Kenya 330. You don't forget nothing either. Girl, I don't forget a thing. You do some stuff and think Nitra ain't going to remember. I remember. Now, I might not remember what I'm supposed to do on my agenda without writing it in a notebook, but I remember what people do. That's right, Bianca. Tell them, y'all, please hit the like button. It helps me out so much. Please hit that like button. Oh, yeah, I got to address them two sorry heifers. I got to. Ooh. Baby filler with a side of distraction. So let's talk about it, shall we? So they went on the Sherri show. I'm not going to play no footage, but I think I can get away with playing some audio. I believe I can get away with that. So I'm going to try it. And if they ding me, they ding me. But I want y'all to hear what these trollops had to say. Thereby, nobody can say I lied on these hookers. Because y'all know I don't believe in telling lies. I don't believe in that. So let's just talk about it. Let's I'm gonna let y'all hear it first. Okay. Thank you for hitting the like button, Trina. I appreciate that. So let's go.
They love you, but then some people have been criticizing you.
Hey, Sasha. Hey, Dr. J.
Or colorism. What would you say to that? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion of us, but that's social media. Right. I always feel like social media does not pay us, so I don't pay attention to it. The minute it pays us, I'll be all in it. Okay. But until then, it's just foolishness. Yes.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I'm not perfect and I don't pretend to be perfect. So I don't expect to be on a reality show about our real lives being perfect. And so it's fine if people want to get upset from episode to episode. That means that they're enjoying the show.
Right. Yes. People, they love you, but then some people.
So that's what these hookers had to say, honey. So the way I read that is, that's social media. I don't care. It don't pay me. Well, Gizelle, Paige and the last lady. Somebody page the last lady for me. Somebody call Vashti. Call the last lady. First of all, it does pay you, baby. Because the people on social media are the viewers. The people on social media are the people who give you your ratings. And if the people on social media, which is your demographic, is telling you that your behavior is problematic, it is offensive, and you are triggering your target demographic, and then you turn around and say that what your actual target demographic is telling you about your behavior is foolishness, baby, that's saying a mouthful. Gizelle is telling y'all, hey, I don't care what you darkies think. She's telling you, I don't care nothing about y'all. Yeah, I want your black behind watching my show, but I don't care what y'all think. That's what she's saying. She said, I don't care. It don't pay me, she said. She looking at, I get the check from Bravo. And since I get the check from Bravo, then I only care what Massa have to say. Y'all black folks that I need to watch the show, or else I get put off the show, or else it ain't no show. I don't care what y'all think, but keep watching because I need to get paid. I need more glue sticks for my house. Trina said, I've seen it on the net. Both Gizelle and Robyn is just stupid. How's the internet don't pay them when they got so-called podcasts? Girl, you better say it again, because I was trying to figure it out. They lost me. Yvette said, first time I watched was to see them green-eyed bandits. I feel hurtful when they're seeing all her people up there skin and teeth. I understand they need their jobs, though. That you shouldn't need it that bad, but I feel you. Yeah, they are dumb. Yeah, they forgot about the live tweeting. They forgot about the podcast. They forgot that the people on social media are their actual viewers. And apparently Robyn forgot to go and get her hair done, because we could still see them tracks, girl. You say lives from the paper bag holes. Bag lady, you gonna miss your bus. You can't hurry up because you got too much stuff. I'm sorry. He say, how she know what social media is saying if she ain't in it? Right. Yeah, she the last lady. You know that thing is the last lady. And the last thing we ought to be calling the lady, because she the furthest thing from a lady. Mika say, you know, we about to run through them paper bag holes on Twitter. They already done jumped on them. Right. Hey, Auntie Eva. Oh yeah, we all need to reconsider it, but not before we drag these trollops though. We got to drag a trollop or two first. Yeah, they ignored the question. Should have challenged them more. Sherri ain't smart enough to challenge them. That's why she ain't had no business thinking she could ever hold a candle to Wendy. I might not have liked Wendy in her heyday, but Wendy, let's be honest, Wendy knew how to bring it out to people, even if she brought it out by means of them cussing her out. Wendy knew how to bring it out. But this the thing. One thing about the Lord of the Rings gonna always dig a ditch and jump in it. Hey, Kia. Got to get up early. All right now. That's what I'm talking about. We love you. Hit the like button. Rochelle said next she gonna come out with the apology. Hey, Nika. Hey, Nina. Yes, that's what she said. Hold on. I'm trying to get the comments, and they keep moving my comments too quick, y'all. They won't let me keep up. Cass say, also, Bravo does have a history of firing housewives based off social media. Yeah, but she said the hell with social media. She said the hell with y'all. Yeah, I know I need y'all to watch the show. Yeah, I know I need y'all for ratings, but the hell with y'all. And Robert Dixon said that little Robert say, I'm not perfect, so I'm not gonna pretend to be so the people watch us about our real lives. Girl, bye. Yolanda say that choke had Gizelle for a minute, karma creeping in. Now, what it is was the devil. She was trying to tell a lie, and Satan was getting hung up on her tonsils and her uvula. That's what happened. Ashley said, I can only have so much patience for an ignorant person. They need to be dismissed. Well, baby Karen Huger took the still shot and tweeted. She said, when you given every opportunity to clear yourselves and you bury yourselves deeper, one could say you're just plain foolish. It's true. They dug this ditch deeper, and they keep digging it deeper and deeper. And at this point, I just feel like, what else you want us to do for you? What else can we do for you? Baby, them tracks was trying to leave that dome. Yes, they were, Niecy. I mean, bunched up, got thick tracks up at the top. Thick tracks. So you mean to tell me you couldn't even pay for a closure, girl? Robyn, just so you know, okay, because I used to do hair. I don't have to do that no more. But let me explain something to you, Robyn. You could have got a frontal. You could have got a sew-in and then had a frontal installed. You did not have to have them big bunched up tracks around the corona of your head. You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous. You look like somebody did that in their kitchen. And I feel like somebody did do that in their kitchen. I don't feel like you paid for that. I don't feel like you paid for that. Why you spit out your drink? What I did now? I don't even know what I did. You say she sound, yeah, she do sound like Mr. I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I said, Jesus, if somebody don't get Lil Robert off this stage, why is Lil Robert on this stage? What is going on with Little Robert? I don't know if she sound like Mr. Ed. I know it looked like she got Mr. Ed's tail stapled to the sides of her head. That's what it looked like to me. Yolanda says the daughter of a civil rights activist and a mother of 3 brown-skinned daughters, one would think Gizelle would be more vocal about such issues. Well, the thing is, you would need intelligence. And that's the one thing we can't ever accuse Gizelle of being, is intelligent. Can you accuse her of it? Because I can't. Sherri was talking to Robert, but Rings kept answering for her. Oh, yeah. Because Rings thinks she the brains of the operation. Karen did the same on her YouTube channel, but go off. But see, this is the thing. What Karen is trying to say is, y'all is on a national program, okay? You had an opportunity to come up with a good lie for it. Like, I don't believe it's what it is. Try to explain yourself. What Gizelle did was dismiss. Karen tried to at least lie and come up with an alibi. Gizelle stupid behind, Ring stupid behind, sat up there and tried to dismiss it like it's just foolishness, and she don't care what y'all got to say. Karen Huger was never stupid enough to say, well, I don't care what the viewers think. Hey, Cheryl. Kai say Robyn was supposed to be in PR before, and every time she opened her mouth, I'm like, absolutely not. I want to know what the hell she did in PR. That must have been one of them light-skinned jobs that you get when you ain't really talented or actually qualified. You say they did her hair in an alley. Wait a minute. Behind the Sherri show, DS, go to the corner. Just get in there. Get in there. Say she up there stroking and booming about I'm not perfect. Yes. We know, Lil Robert. We know. We could, baby, by the looks of your tracks. That's the truth. What I did now. Hey, Mona. Listen. I was just like, you really got on a national television show to tell the people who actually make it possible for you to have a job that you don't give a darn what they think. Say, Robyn, what an embarrassment for her 2 young Black sons who may also experience colorism. They may, but men really don't experience colorism the way women do. Black men experience colorism more or less from clear folks than from our community. It just doesn't work that way for men in our community. You understand what I'm saying? They see dark as a masculine trait, the darker complexion. And so that's why they start ascribing traits like bitterness and angry and aggression to darker women. So when a man is perceived as aggressive or angry or dark or savage or primitive, like they see that as a pat on the back. Like that actually feeds into their toxic masculinity. So it's two different dynamics that we're talking about. But I couldn't get over the ignorance of it all. I could not. That's right, Kai. At least lie. And that's what Karen did. Karen had enough sense to say, look, I don't think it's colorism. I think it's, it was because somebody put raisins in a potato salad. She always going to say something stupid and talk in a circle, but she going to try to lie. She ain't going to just say, I don't care nothing about what them black folks think. Karen ain't that stupid. Karen is not that stupid. Gizelle has shown us that she is indeed just that stupid. Gizelle say, I don't care if y'all know I'm stupid. Like, this is who I am. Stupidity is my calling card. This is where we going. Say, do you remember the 2 seasons where Robert's son told her that her wigs are ugly and them boys didn't lie? What? Well, they didn't. Listen, children won't spare your feelings. Them babies will give it to you blood raw. Oh, Debbie say that's why her makeup line not even in the Dollar Tree. God dang. Now you went for the juggler. Yolanda said, are you sure a stray cat did Robyn's hair? It could have been. I'm just saying, whoever did that in their kitchen need to be beat. And at this point, I'm starting to think that little Robert trying to do his own hair, because who does that? We need to get Rings and Rob ready for they new men from the KKK, because they'll be a perfect match in heaven. But see, that's the other thing I want to bring up, y'all. And let me know if I'm wrong, because I'm not right about everything. This is just what I'm thinking. Right, smart women play dumb. But when you actually dumb and try to sound smart, it never bodes well. It never bodes well. But listen, now this is what I was thinking, right? And please, y'all, stop me if I'm out of line. Please stop me if I'm out of line. Y'all know I be geezering, and I don't mean no harm. Okay? I don't mean no harm, sis. Listen, I don't. But this the thing. How would that have actually looked, right? If there were 2 clear folks and Sherri brought up to them, hey, high vibe. And Sherri brought up to them, and they said to them that, hey, your viewers are accusing you of racism. They're seeing behavior that is being construed as racist. It's problematic. What do you say to that? And can y'all imagine if it was 2 clear women that said, I don't care what they say on social media. I mean, it's just foolishness. What would the response have been? Is that not like, what I'm saying? Like, can y'all see the parallel there? How that could be a problem? Hey, U.S. Army Brad, that's right, girl. Tell them hit the like button. Y'all, please like this video. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Right, and I agree. Andy don't need to host this reunion, but I'm sure they're going to let him do it. He don't need to, but I'm sure they're going to let him. He don't want to expose them. It's true. You can see that, right? Thank you, Yolanda. It would be instant backlash. Instant. So it's a matter of, okay, my behavior is problematic. Okay, my behavior is triggering. Hey, logger curves. Okay, it's a problem that we're exhibiting colorist behavior. It's a problem, but I don't really care what y'all think on social media. Never mind the fact that you all are our viewers. Never mind the fact that you talking about our shows on the internet, on Twitter, in blogs, in commentary, like we doing right here, is actually what keeps them on the air. Kai said that's exactly what it is. People would see it. Right. That's what I'm getting at. If those were two clear women saying, yeah, you see our behavior is racist, I ain't got no explanation for it, it's foolishness, y'all would have y'all probably would have doused them women with a styrofoam cup full of gas and struck a match, is what I'm saying. Hey, Essence. You say you here for the wisdom and the drag. I'm so glad you're here. High Vibe say, look what happened to Ramona. Yes, you don't get to just, when you have exhibited problematic behavior, either you need to explain what your original intention was or what your actual intention was, or you need to own up to, hey, this is what I did. It was wrong. This is what I'm doing to correct it going forward. What you don't do, which Monique, Shanika, now Nika, you being messy. Which Monique now? Come on. What you don't do is get up there and say, I don't care what y'all say. I don't care how you see it. Y'all don't pay me and bump y'all. Right. Never mind that it's offensive. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and offend the hell out of black women and black people, period. I'm going to be problematic. I'm going to be colorist as hell. Yeah, I'm going to do all that. And then I'm going to tell you, I don't care what you think, even though the people that are calling her out are indeed their target demographic. Let's be very clear about that. Yolanda say, until we hold our own community accountable for how we treat each other, we can't expect other communities to respect us. You can't expect them to respect you no way because they don't love you. Let's be clear about that too, because one thing don't have nothing to do with another, and it's not just based off what you're saying. This is something that I hear a lot in respectability politics, where it turns into, well, if we would do this, then other people would respect us. If we would do that, then other people would see our humanity. Let's be clear. Black people ain't got no allies. We even have people like that who camouflage and hide within our communities who are not actually us, and they're not our allies. So it don't matter what we do, they're not going to do right by us. So we need to get that out of our minds. That's never going to happen. The problem is we need to hold imposters like Robert and Rings, Mia Manhands, and RoboCop. We need to hold them accountable for their actions and let them know that you will no longer be allowed to camouflage and hide within our communities claiming to be us when you're not us. See, when there's viruses in the human body, right, or foreign objects within the body, see, your body does something called rejection. It happens when you get transplants. It happens, when anything gets in your body that your system recognizes as non-self, like that it's not you. Okay, it begins to reject it, and it either tries to kill it or expel it. And I feel like what we need to do in this community is start to recognize when something is non-self, when it needs to be rejected and removed. And this is why. See, Robert and Rings, otherwise known as Robyn Dixon and Gizelle Bryant, just gave us all the ammunition we need for our argument that people who are not us don't need to be around us like that. They don't need to be camouflaging and parading themselves around as us. Not when they can tell us to our face that, yeah, I need you to watch this show. We need your views in order to get the paycheck, but I don't care what y'all think. I don't care if I'm offending you. You say just to make Robert and Rings mad. That's why you want Monique to do it. Well, they might physically attack her, hit her with a car, anything, and then they'll cry and become victims, because that's usually what those non-self people do. Lel said, I hope y'all see the preview to the reunion. Karen, Ashley, Gizelle, and Rob all have dismissed the issue. It will not be discussed. And if it is, it'll be disregarded. But see, I'm telling you, Lel, if they go that route, it's going to backfire. It's going to backfire. And that's when it's going to get cute. I want to see how far it goes. I'm pointing it out, y'all, but I'm all for them digging ditches deeper and deeper and jumping in them. I'm all for it. Hey, Tamika, say Gizelle and Robyn are both birds that exhibit trash behavior at their big age because they're trash. When they were young, they were small trash bags. Now that they're old, they're big trash bags. That's what it is. I don't think RHOP has a non-color audience. I could be wrong. They do. That's why they get away with it. Like Potomac has more of a clear and clear adjacent audience probably than Atlanta, because I think this is the softer version. to them, this is like diet black. So I think they would get more views. Maybe it's more relatable. You know what I mean? They do have that audience. They do. Hey, Nadia. But at the same time, their target demographic is still us. While they telling us they don't care if they offend us. Now that's really what it is. We need to go ahead and start behaving, like our systems behave. When it ain't you, you need to reject it. When it ain't you, we need to reject it. That's right. Y'all see the link. You better get your eyeshadow palettes from Geneva's Garden. Y'all see the link in the chat. Let's go. Let's get it. Yolanda said, I agree. Expose those who are anti-us. That's right. Once you see that they anti-us, we need to go ahead and take some antibiotics and get that crap out of our system, because that's what it is, crap. Katrina said, yeah, because it tries to flush anything that's harmful, just like a menstrual period. You better tell it. And them two heifers need to be flushed. And they need to take Mia with them. Hey, Dana. Oh yeah, diet black. Yes. This is not full strength black. This diet black. Yeah, this is light. This is light black. Black light. High Vibe say that's the same way the other Housewives franchise treat black or of color castmates. These women do see themselves separate from black people. That response proved it. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And it's so funny because they have all their minions out here in social media. I won't say all, because I've been pretty proud that the majority of the people I've seen speaking about the issue clearly see what the issue is. But, here and there, you find a couple of, people like themselves who are diet black or black light, who run in and say, oh, no, what they're doing isn't offensive. And I always take note of who's saying that their behavior isn't offensive. It's never just us like that. It's usually somebody who's more like them. Or you'll find males who benefit from women suffering from colorism. A lot of men benefit from it. So you'll see men trying to defend it. And then you see some sisters who just, they want to view themselves as that version of black, whatever the hell that is. And so then they're there for it because it feeds into their fantasy. So it's just a lot of sickness going on. But just the idea that you say you don't care what your viewers think, baby, you special. You say karma makes its rounds. Yeah, y'all in this karma. I believe in reaping and sowing, and I think that's what's about to happen. Trina say, let's do to them what we did to Shani on Basketball Wives for OG. I think it's coming, Trina. Hey, Karen. Oh, yes, they enjoy playing in our face. Enjoy it. They enjoy it. Now, I don't know, y'all. Something telling me it's going to backfire. Something's telling me that it is going to backfire. Now, the next thing we got to talk about, y'all, is Rasputia Lattimore, honey. Y'all, everybody know Rasputia fans. Now, we got that out the way. Y'all, Rasputia was on Carlos King. Matter of fact, let me play the audio. This is one of them let me play the audio days. So let's go. Without further ado, let's get into it. I don't see why not. Let me let y'all hear what Rasputia had to say, honey. Because she still got it in for Karen Huger. Real bad. Kai say, I did think about Basketball Wives when Rob and Jill said that mess. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is definitely a shiny old nostrils moment. He said, I'm not sure if Sherri watches the show. If she does, then she definitely doesn't respect herself, letting them give her an answer like that. She wasn't prepared to ask the question. No, she wasn't. But what about Sherri? Sherri's gonna be old bootlicker, and that's for sure. She's gonna start off and end like that every time. So I wouldn't have expected anything better from her. That's how she let that man get away with putting a baby on her from his side chick. She still got to pay for, and she letting people play with her name in the streets, talking about she need to have something to do with his outside child. But that's neither here nor there. You say Sputia needs a colonic. Girl, me too. I try to get my colonics on the regular. But let's hear what Sputia had to say, y'all. Let's hear what she had to say.
Do you know things about Karen's marriage where she has allegedly been unfaithful?
in the streets of Potomac, it was something that was being said. This is before the show even.
So let's stop right there. Okay, this is my first problem with this hooker. How do I pause this? I might just have to run it back. But this is the problem I got with this hooker. If I can be so bold. The problem I got with her is Carlos King asked her a direct question and y'all heard him. Do you know anything? He didn't say, did you hear anything? He said, do you know anything about Karen Huger being unfaithful in her marriage? She wasn't able to say she knew anything. In the streets of Potomac, it was said. So basically, you've been running around parading yourself as somebody who knows something. Concrete knows something about Karen, and that's why she don't want to be your friend. Rasputia, that doesn't make sense, honey. If you actually knew some dirt, it stands to reason that she would be your friend, so you wouldn't tell. She was hoping that Karen would give her a big enough moment that she could get back on that show currently. It's giving you need a check, and I'm not mad because we all like a check. If you like checks, put a 1 in the check. We all like a check. Praise God for checks. Bless the Lord for a check. We all need a check. But Charrisse, I need you to come with some facts or quit talking about what you heard. But I'm going to let y'all hear the rest of what she said. Hold on. How about I say Charrisse thinks that drama with Karen is the blueprint to stand on the show, but that only works with Gizelle. It's too late for Charrisse. I agree. So let me hear. What else was going on? Oh, I see them ones. So it is some girls that like checks up in here. I know that's right. Say, I don't really like how they mention the streets of Potomac. A lot of people here don't like the show. It's so corny. I don't know who they be around. Who on the street told her that? Nobody. Okay, so I thought I was in good company. We all like checks. So I'm not knocking them for liking checks. My problem is you're doing too much. You're making up stories for checks. You say she ain't got no storyline. It's true. Let's go ahead. Wait a minute. Nisa say Rasputia is like the ex that never goes away. That wig too, but you know me and the wig made peace, so I'm not going there. But let me let y'all hear the rest of what Rasputia said now.
About Karen's marriage where she has allegedly been unfaithful?
In the streets of Potomac, it was something that was being said. This is before the show even started. There was a lot about this older Black woman in Potomac, which I didn't know, but that's how she was always referred as the old Black lady. And so I would hear.
Did that hooker say the old Black lady? Okay.
Old Black lady becomes Karen Huger. So I'm like, oh, now I know the old Black lady. So all these different things I've been knowing and hearing for years, it's like, oh, put it all together. Now I know it. I see certain things that all make sense. So I'm like, oh, okay. Now I know you. Nice to meet you.
What were you hearing about this quote unquote old Black lady in the streets of Potomac? What were you hearing?
Like, it's just not my MO to put people's stuff out there, but
lie.
Now I don't give a fuck. So, like, say in the local establishment here, this restaurant, popular restaurant, is the Village, and so this Black lady used to get drunk and fall off the bar stools, and this was going on for years, and so that's the real reputation that she has in Potomac as the old drunk Black lady that falls off of the bar stools, she'll freaking run around after these young little boys and all this stuff.
Okay, so what it's giving is I don't really have nothing on Karen. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving to me. Miss Kaiser, so say thank you so much for the Cash App, sis. Okay. So listen. Hey, Fifi. Yeah, she say the old Black lady. First of all, I can't see nobody. Thank you, Bianca. She a whole line and a half. She need to go. Who called Karen Huger an old Black lady? She is a lady of a certain age, but I don't see nobody calling her no old Black lady. Not only that, right? Courtney, she do need to be ashamed of herself, talking about falling off bar stools. That lady does not give me falling off bar stools. She give me at a dinner party with some friends, she get lit. I don't see that lady as being nobody that's falling off no bar stools. And the fact that all she could do, what's up, Keisha? The fact that all she could do was say that, oh, this is said in the streets that she was the old drunk black lady in Potomac, and I'm not the one to be talking about people. But yes, you are. That's what you came on the show to do, and you got mad because she won't give you no energy. So trashy, very stalkerish. Velda say she and Charrisse are only 2 years apart in age. Right. And she looked older than Karen. Like, can we tell the truth? Now, Karen might have a little witchy poo nose or whatever, but Charrisse, girl, we can't even point to what's wrong with you. Because we need all 10 fingers and all 10 toes, and we still finna come up short. Kay Blake say she keeps saying, no, you speaking. I don't know. Do you? Okay, that's a good point, Kay Blake. That's a good point. Hey, Dialogue Sisters, what's up, boo? Ashley say, I can't believe the witch from Snow White. I can believe the witch from Snow White, but not the drunk. Right. Now, if you tell me Karen was out here giving people poison apples, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, you know what, Karen, that might have been you. I need to know your alibi on the night of December the 12th, 2007, when Snow White got that apple. But you talking about this lady was at a bar, a restaurant called A Village, getting drunk and falling off a bar stool. That doesn't sound right. Did that happen one night at a private party? Like that, you need more people. You need more people. It's not doing it. It's not giving what you thought it gave. And what the hell you mean, old black lady? All y'all heifers black. Or so you claim. And Charrisse, you black like me. You black like me. And you calling her the old black lady. What the hell does that even mean? Katrina say football player shape Charrisse is only 2 years apart. Now that's what I had to go back to that comment. It's the 2 years apart for me. LEL say she does look older than Karen. Every time we see her, she look like she need an oil change. Yes, and a lube job. Hey, Delicia. I'm telling you, it's giving obsessed, it's giving pressed, it's giving desperate, it's giving jealous, it's giving envy. It's giving everything but a gastric sleeve, and that's what it needs to be gave. But y'all heard it for yourself, honey. She said the old black lady for Karen child. So now let me go ahead. I'm gonna go and put the link in here because we got to talk about this sneak peek too, and I want to hear what y'all got to say about this. So they showed this little sad. If y'all go to Bravo Shade Room or Peach Report, you'll see like they sneak peek or whatever. So I saw, hold on, let me see what Keisha say before I go running my mouth. Keisha say, have we found out why Charrisse has been invited back? She's toxic. There was enough toxicity with the group already. I feel like they playing in our face. Well, you know, in Bravo defense, Charrisse been stalking them. She been showing up at events. They refuse to put on camera. They refuse to give her a mic. She been stalking them people. I think she just wore them down, Keisha. I think so. Yeah, if she was falling off bar stools, I agree, Glennis. That would have been came out. Not to mention the fact, Sharon Fona, thank you so much. Appreciate you. But that it would have been came out, and then she said that was her reputation in town. If her only reputation was getting drunk and falling off bar stools, I doubt she would have ended up on this show. They was trying to get people that were notable for one reason or another, and we could really go down the line. We could really, really, really go down the line. I think Charrisse, number one, is mad because that's not somebody she put on the show. And see, Robert Dixon, Lil Robert and them was trying to make like, oh, Charrisse picked the whole cast. Well, clearly she didn't pick Karen Huger because she just sat here and said, I didn't know her and I met her on the show. And I said, oh, you the little old black lady. You the old black lady. You the old drunk black lady. Debbie said, give your own story how your husband divorced you. Desperate to speak on Karen. Yeah, she fit. Listen, when people do that, it's because they know they're not relevant, right? People do that when they know that they're not relevant. So they talk about who they feel is relevant. This is her way of saying she knows Karen is relevant and she's not. She know no matter how humiliating that divorce may have been for her, no matter how humiliating that divorce might have been for her, that nobody really cares because it's her. So she feel like she need to talk about Karen in order to make herself relevant. Yeah, that what your sister said. She said oil change. That what she said. Sure did. There go my Kai.
Hey everyone.
Hey lovely, how you doing?
I'm well. Don't mind me. I will be ruffling around packing some things in the background, but I'll be here. I missed the last time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you. And what did you think about Rasputia saying that Karen Hugo was the old black lady falling off bar stools drunk? I don't believe that. That don't sound accurate. That sounds like something she made up.
Here's what I think. I don't like listening to Carlos King. His voice just doesn't do it for me. I only listen if I think I'm going to learn something from his guests. I did not listen to this. So that's as much as I need to know. I didn't care.
Yeah. Is it me or does that sound made up?
It does sound made up, even though there is a thing about, like, they all talk about how Karen does get, does like her liquor, she gets funny. But I've never necessarily heard about it in a public space. It always did seem like a small friend group, or when she was like by herself chilling, and maybe she'll call one of the girls and like drunk dial. But the fact that they have talked about her drinking so much and never once have they said it out in public.
And nobody's ever made that accusation. That's why I'm like, okay, so she knows that we know Karen likes to get schnockered and make drunk calls and stuff and drunk texts and play around in private parties. So I guess she says, well, everybody knows she likes to get schnockered. So if I tell this lie, it'll be believable. But it's not with the in public falling off bar stools. It's given made up.
Yeah. So that part does throw me off.
Mm-hmm. Definitely clout chase. And what did you think before we even get into the sneak peek, girl? What did you think about Robyn and Rings telling y'all black folks that she don't care nothing about what y'all think? See,
okay, this
I only need your views and ratings to stay on this show, but I don't care what y'all think about me offending you or triggering anybody. I don't care what y'all think about my problematic behavior. Bump y'all black folks. How you feel about her dismissive attitude?
Well, first of all, there's something even deeper to that, because the way she said it, even though it was a non-response, the way she said it was like something for her fans thrown off, because that is one thing that they always say. Well, Gizelle doesn't engage in social media and da da da. I think Gizelle doesn't engage because she knows she's not good at it, for one. Because it is clear that she watches it, because she's always talking about, well, you said this about me on Twitter. You said this about me on such and such. Oh, people are calling me to be fired. So she is obviously paying attention to it, but she doesn't engage with it. I don't think she trusts herself to do well at that. So for me, obviously, it felt like a little bit of a dog whistle for her to give this piece, because that's something that her friends always say. If you've noticed, Gizelle is not the one. She doesn't engage with anything. That's one point to me. The other point is, it is strange, because it is so easy to say, if these were two white women and we were talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta and Kim Zolciak sat down and Sherri asked her that question and she didn't answer, people would know what it is.
Oh yes, and there's no way that good old Ku Klux Kim could have got away with. Well, I don't care what they think. Oh baby, the flags would have went up, the gauntlet would have been thrown, and she wouldn't have been safe nowhere.
And I also think because right now Gizelle's not really selling anything other than the podcast, which is still reliant on them being public figures in this moment in time. Robyn was an idiot sitting there saying that, because this was taped a little bit later after we've had a lot of the higher stake episodes going on. People were already Robyn is someone who already limited her comments on Instagram and Twitter, where people were talking about how they are canceling their orders for her hats. The same hats she's saying she paid off all her $90,000 tax debt, the same one that she paid the down payment for the house. People were in her comments saying, I am canceling my order right now. So I feel like that also, it's just like, this is not playing dumb. Like, you truly have to be dumb, because your customers come after watching this show, goes to your personal Instagram account telling you how they are canceling their orders for products that you are selling.
Yeah, you got
based on how you're behaving on this show.
Yeah, you got to be real type stupid not to see that you digging a ditch at this point.
So that to me is where it's just kind of like, it to me, proves even more that it's just so innate. Because if they were truly kind of like, if it was truly completely unbiased, I can get, someone, you're raised in this society, maybe you just really don't know. Maybe I can give you that. But to me, that if you really don't know, I feel like you should be a little bit more open to having that discussion. And the fact that they shut it down so often, and that Robyn has been one of the ones to say, well, I do understand that words being said, how we describe darker skinned women can be perceived differently than how we describe each other. To me, that it's like, to now, I feel like you are actively engaging in it consciously, and now you're just trying to avoid it.
Right.
But you're doing this consciously now. To me, it's no point of like it's subconscious. Because to me, if I subconsciously really didn't know, I feel like I would be at this point, how long this conversation has been going on. Because we're also not going to pretend like people are not quite like race and colorism and all that stuff that's been the heart of Potomac since season 1. Or Robyn was one of the ones who was telling Katie, "Oh, you're not black. You don't want to be black. Oh, those white people don't want." Like this has been the conversation around them. So at this point, there's no way you can tell me that you just don't know.
But that's the thing. By her doing what she did, I think that was Essence that said she shot herself in the foot. I feel like she definitely did. Because it's one thing to say, I didn't understand that my behavior could be perceived that way. But by her responding the way she did, it's like, okay, I see how you perceive my behavior, and I'm telling you I don't care.
Yeah. Which to me, it's also just, I was, I'll be watching, and someone said just kind of like, profits over feelings. I'm like interested in law, and lawyers always say that like the law is not always moral or ethical; it's legal.
That's true. That's
and
right. But the law is always the law.
Yeah, and so the way that they are approaching the show is kind of like ask your feelings. Even though Robyn at the same time is someone who wants us to be open and go along the journey of her and Juan and the kids and her depression, all that kind of stuff. And now you don't want to be open to your castmates talking about colorism and the women who you are trying to share your life with, who are watching the show, being triggered by what you're doing. Like that to me is just so not heart-centered, and also shows how much they are like, I don't think they're good people overall. Maybe to some people, like to me, I just couldn't imagine someone coming to me and saying, because like we're not gonna be like people. I feel like people forget that like Wendy brought up colorism at her first reunion when she had that issue with Ashley, and Ashley all of a sudden just called her ferocious. So to me, it's just like you just don't want to even take the chance to be like, these are not even the audience saying this. Candace and Wendy have said this, and have said it at the reunions now for I think what season 5, 2 seasons now.
She dismissed viewers. She dismissed her castmates. She dismissed everybody who's even a potential viewer. She dismissed people who may listen to their little tired, take a poop past gas podcast. Like she dismissed what every Black person had to say about their problematic behavior. And I'm gonna tell you something else that it did, and then I'm gonna get what my Essence got to say. Something else that it definitely did do was show that there is a disconnect and we're not the same. And I'm tired of people playing with us with this. We're not the same. And we need to be clear, because when you have a connection to people and you see that something you did hurts them, it affects you. It affects you. Everybody in this chat, I feel a connection to. These are my people. I feel a connection to them. Like Latoya here. If Latoya say, Nitra, what you said that really cut me, that hurt me, the part of me that's connected to her is not going to dismiss her. It's going to be like, well, baby, which part? Was it the way I said it? Was it the words? Like what happened before that made you perceive it that way? Or how could I have said it different? It's not going to be, I'm dismissing you. The dismissal was, it came so easy to the Lord of the Rings because she don't feel no connection to us. And what Latoya is saying is a good point. She's like, how can you be colorist when you have dark-skinned daughters? Why can't Rings understands that if someone goes after her daughter, she would have an issue and want something done? She would, and that's true. I do believe she loves her kids, but I think that because she is so disconnected from what her children are, from what we are, and for how they show up in the world as opposed to how she shows up in the world, I think that she would be ill-equipped to even give them proper support if something like that happens to them. And I'm sure it will, unfortunately, because look at where we live and look at the world we're in. And those are beautiful girls, but they're going to run into somebody just as toxic, colorist, and anti-Black woman as their mother. And unfortunately, it's going to hurt her feelings, but I still think she's not even going to understand why it's so messed up. Essence, what you got, girl?
Hey,
Hey, darling.
I just wanted to say that I did look at some of the reviews under their podcast, and a lot of the reviews are like, I can't listen to this show anymore. The way y'all are acting this season is disgusting. I can't support this. So I really feel like what Gizelle did on the Sherri show is just gonna really put the nail in the coffin,
Mm-hmm.
because she was outrightly asked about the topic and she said what she said, which is disgusting. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Mm-hmm.
I agree, girl. Amen.
Yep, they like a lot of her supporters were like, I can't believe you are acting like this. Like this, I just cannot be associated with this. I can't support this. And one thing I want to say without going too deep is her daughters are going to college soon. So whatever
Yep.
that may be for their future, either way, this is gonna be a full circle moment and Giselle's gonna have to deal with it.
She is. She absolutely is. And see, Sherri, because being the mammy that she is, and I said it, I don't care. Um, Sherri gave them an opportunity because she is such a soft pedal type person. She is such a, tap dancer. She gave them an opportunity on a very friendly, non-confrontational, not really hold your feet to the fire type platform to defend themselves and explain away their crap. She gave them an open door to spin it any way they need to. Everybody knows Sherri was not going to ask any hard questions, any tough questions. She was definitely not going to hold their feet to the fire. So they were given an opportunity to clean their faces, and they were both still too dumb to do it.
I don't think that on Giselle's part, I don't think it was dumbness. I really think that she is a colorist. The same way we would say definitively that a non-black person is racist. I really truly think that Giselle is a colorist because and this goes back to a conversation we had long ago, but to really know the struggles of our people and to understand the inner workings of colorism and then sit there and say, oh, unless they're paying us, we don't even pay attention to what they have to say. You could have said, as black women, et cetera, like, really, Gizelle? You're a colorist.
But this is what I'm getting at, Essence. I hope y'all realize it's a lot of very smart, very strategic racists out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're your judges, your teachers, your principals, okay? They're your VCs on your college campus. They're your provosts. These people are smart enough. If you give them an opportunity, they have enough sense to spin it and explain away their racism. Hey, D, I like that picture, girl. Honey, sis got her crown back. She rocking. But these idiots were given an opportunity to spin it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many smart racists know how to spin? These idiots were given, a friendly environment. They were given the most mammy environment ever, and they had an opportunity to explain it away to the mammy and have the mammy coax and cajole and say, oh, I understand that makes sense. I can see how loving you are. And instead of these idiots availing themselves of a golden opportunity, the queen of the dummies, the queen of the donkey people, decided to say, I don't care what them Negroes think.
Mm-hmm.
Now, baby, if that ain't stupid, I'm a size 6. That was stupid. Right high vibe, reasonably colorist, reasonably anti-black. Katrina said, I thought she favored Grace above the twins, and one of the daughters said it. I think she does favor Grace, but I don't really know what's going on in her house, so I don't want to go that far. People love to say that on the outside looking in, but we don't really know how she run a house. And she seems to be a good mama for the most part, so I ain't gonna really go there. Hey, Mr. James, what you was about to say, baby?
I was gonna say, and it shows how little interest she has in the topic, which is, I want to use the word hurtful, but it's alarming too, because it's like, I can't believe in real time, not even back when all this was recorded, in real time today, that you're still standing in your disgustingness. So Gizelle, I think she's gonna be the nail in the reasonably shady coffin, and I don't think she's gonna get away with it. I really don't.
Oh no, I don't think so either. That's why, for me, that's why I told y'all I'm watching every little move they make, because I feel like it's going to blow up in their faces. The more they try to sweep it under the rug, dismiss, it's going to make things worse. They're digging their ditch deeper, and I'm watching it. I'm watching every mistake they make. This was a master stroke of idiocy, is what this was.
They should have known.
It was really ridiculous. It was really ridiculous. Niecy Rose said, let me read her comment. That's right. The both of them need real publicists because they fumbled the opportunity to connect with their audience and explain themselves. Too stupid. Too stupid. And to be honest, I wasn't alarmed. Like, I didn't expect anything better from them. And to be honest, can I be real honest? I like when people who are anti-Black expose themselves. Yes. I don't want them to grow a brain. I don't want you to be smart enough to play with PR. I don't want you to be smart enough to spin anything. I want you to keep digging your ditch deeper, because unfortunately, the humanity within Black people is always there and always ready to forgive everybody. So I don't want you to be smart enough to start playing on our humanity. I want you to keep being an idiot. It works for me. I like it. I like it. Keep being stupid. Because people like me, no matter what we say, we cannot convince Black folks to stop forgiving people. We always run around wanting to forgive somebody.
I know.
They can kill your children and I forgive you. Why? You ain't paid tithes in 11 years, but now you want to forgive everybody. I'm serious. That stuff pisses me off. Latoya said, then why you laying down with dark-skinned men if you got a problem with dark-skinned people in general? Just because you came out lighter, if you have such a problem, lay with a clear adjacent man. Well, Toya, they're not going to do that because that clear adjacent man is not going to put them on a pedestal. That clear adjacent man a lot of times don't even want them. So they go to the men who will have them and hoist them up on their shoulders and run around celebrating their recessive genes. Yep. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell you celebrate being recessive. I could never. It's the same way, clear women who look like Mucinex monsters go get a Tyrone or a Daquantavius at tax time and then go get them a little mixed baby. They still be racist as hell. They're just getting who they can get. Because the men who actually belong to their communities want the cream of the crop and they're not it. How about said how Gizelle daughters interpret these accusations? I wouldn't be surprised if they agree with that their mother's colorist. They may. And the other Deborah is here. Hey, Rebel Sunflower. Hey, Noble Genius. Y'all go ahead. I just want to greet everybody. Let me shut up. Go ahead.
See, so this is about Robyn and Gizelle, but I do feel like LeGrand Dame should have sat this one out because she done said something, and now the people are on the Twitter talking.
Yep.
They pulling up clips from the first season when I said again the first season was a lot about color and she should have zipped because they clip in the YouTube where she says I'm not a colorist, no one's on the cast as a colorist, it's all disgusting, and that the accusation is revolting or whatever she said. She should have sacked this one out.
Yeah, she's being yellow, definitely.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll get that way, but I feel like that I don't even think Gizelle would even recognize with her daughter's face for her to even really be able to be there for them. So
yeah, definitely not. And I worry for those girls to a certain degree, because they do have a very ignorant, problematic daddy, and they got an ignorant and problematic mama. And unfortunately, when they run into certain things, they may end up being the beautiful girls that they are and not even recognize what somebody's doing to them. Yeah. Because they do not have a mother who truly advocates for them and who they are. It makes a difference who raises you. Like when people talk to my daughters, they can recognize that they were raised by somebody who's very conscious, who has knowledge of self. And these poor babies, they're so much smarter than their mother. They're so much better than their mother, which is a blessing. Praise God. But when they get in these situations, they may not even recognize what's happening to them, or they may, and then it may end up actually doing more damage when they go to try to explain to their mama what's happening to them. And I can only hope that she doesn't just dismiss what they're going through.
Yeah.
Okay, Noble Genius says Bravo has shown idiosyncrasies in the Black community while using women like Sarah Bartman. You better say it. They're absolutely doing it now. When it came to Atlanta, I saw a lot more Hottentot treatment because that's what was going on with the whole Portia, Phaedra, everybody twerking thing. Like they were really pressed to give us Hottentot. They were really pressed to give us the whole Sapphire, stereotype trope. Yes, thank you, baby. I be geezer and I lose words in the middle of a sentence. I just lose it.
Well,
and start looking for a bag of peanuts or something. My brain will just shut down. What you was gonna say, baby?
That's funny. I don't know. I just feel like, man, if the people gonna keep watching, then what could you say? But I am happy this is a conversation we're finally having, though.
Mm-hmm.
On a broad scale, because it's like I'm also low key like Gizelle, like you already know your kid's about to go to college, so I'm gonna need you to turn the ignorance down just a little bit because you're gonna have a rude awakening.
Or unfortunately, maybe those babies are going to be the ones with the rude awakening to their mama's real character.
Ooh, wow, Seanitra.
I'm just saying.
Ooh, that's dark.
But that's real though. There's a lot of people, they grow up and they realize like, dang, mama, this is really who you are. Or daddy, this is really who you are. Or granny, this is really who you are. And nothing that we can do as parents can protect y'all from the real world. There's nothing we can do. Eventually, you're going to run into the nasty people, the bad people, the toxic people, the hateful people. And all we can do as responsible parents is prepare you for it. These babies haven't even been prepared for all of the monsters in the closet and under the beds.
Yeah.
And when they go back home and they're looking for support from their mother, I'm saying, I really hope she doesn't give them that dismissive attitude and behavior, because if so, Bella Face, you right too. I just didn't want to forget what I was about to say, because if she does, that's when they're going to see like, dang, this is really who my mama is. Like I heard people say this about mama, but I didn't know this is really who mama was. And that's got to be hurtful.
The one twin that had the ponytail at the Sweet 16, I could already see the contention between the two of them. Like she don't even want her mom to speak for more than like her mom repulses her, in my opinion. Like her mom, like I think she can see the mask, and whenever she sees her wearing it, she can't help but kind of like, cast her away or in a way. So that's how I feel.
Yeah, kind of. I agree. I agree. It does appear like her behavior, her attitude, it repels those children. Not just little mama, all of them act that way. All of them kind of regard her that way. Like we can't take but a little bit of you. I can tell they love their mama, but it's like, hey, we love you, but you can say less.
Sure. Yep. That daughter was like, all right.
Yep, I remember that.
She's like, all right, thanks. Like every time she talks, the daughter is just like, please, like, no. Which is weird to me. But if that was my mom and I knew the real her, or I was starting to see it, I would act the same way.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, Kai.
No, teenagers are funny. So I'm gonna go more on like what I've heard them say. And I remember, did they call her an emotional vampire?
Yeah, I think it was something about, they said that something to that nature, or something about her not showing emotions, or she's cold, or it was something like that they were talking about with them. I don't even remember. I remember all the verbiage.
That I feel like I give more weight to that. Because sometimes kids get over their parents, whatever, but to that part, I remember that was like last season. And I don't know. I think it's interesting that people always say, "Oh, I just love seeing Gizelle as a mom." And I think like I've seen her have like, I guess, somewhat interesting conversations with her daughters. But for me personally, it's really not that entertaining. I guess to me, like, isn't it a bit sad that you're supposed to be displaying yourself on Real Housewives? And I feel like Gizelle doesn't really talk a lot about her being a mother, but the thing that people can connect with most and only is when she's connecting with her children, because it seems like there's nothing else.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Like, everything else is empty.
I agree, Kai.
I agree with that.
And so I just, to me, I feel like that, to me, from an entertainment standpoint, to me, it's kind of like that's also why she's doing her job, because I'm like, then the children are going. The children are gone. And the only time people can connect with her, the only time people, like, other than like her truly being messy and the messiness that's crossed the point where I'm just like, absolutely not. And the only time the audience can connect with her in a positive manner is when she's with her children and her children are about to go off. Then I like, how is she still going to be here if people cannot connect with her positively anyway? If all of her moments are negative, I don't know what else she's here for, because to me, then that's not full entertainment.
Oh, that is sick. Okay, what? I mean,
yeah, she said that during season 6, though. The key to this pretty face is staying in the shade. Yeah, that was colorist as hell. Then she was letting y'all know I'm pretty. I feel pretty because I don't have melanin.
Oh, baby, it is not 1875. Like, what are you doing?
And to be real, it wasn't a win then. It just gave you proximity to clearness. But you know, the sad thing about it is that she's not considering, like, the way you view yourself and the way you show up in the world, it affects your children. How you show up in the world, it affects your children. I'll be completely honest. I don't know how I don't know how I could say she could do it responsibly. And what I mean by that is I don't know how to walk in the path that she's walking. Like, the path that she's walking is one that I can see where it would be complicated. Whereas you show up in the world as something completely different than your children. I would never put myself in that position. I know a lot of people have. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people will continue to do it. I don't know how that can be done responsibly. I know people who do it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know what steps would have to be taken. And I think that it would take a whole lot of intelligence in order to do it responsibly, so that the children are healthy, have a positive self-image and all those things. And if I'm going to be completely honest, I just don't believe that Gizelle is intelligent enough to do it.
Them kids are gonna write a tell-all. I'm telling you, that's what it's giving.
But see, and that's why it's so important to have these conversations, because for Black women, I say, like, there is the push to, like, if you want partnership, find the person that best fits you, meets your standards, and treats you right. And so to me, it's important to always have these conversations, because it's, as you said, if you are procreating, that is a huge responsibility.
It is huge. And look what High Vibe is saying. Showing up separate or different than your children is confusing to the children, especially in a mother-daughter relationship. It is. Yeah. It just is. And nobody likes to just call it what it is, but that's why I think Gizelle keeps hitting these little obstacles with these babies, and why they act like they so sick of her. You know what I mean? Because it's a huge disconnect there. Because when you're a little girl, your mama is your superhero. I can remember being at church on the first pew, because we were under Reverend Dr. Eugene F. Broxton, my father in the ministry. I love him. Rest in heaven. Okay. And he would call us up to the front pew, and he would do like a kid sermon before he would preach to the grown people. And so he would interact with the children. He didn't just like, he had puppets. He did his whole thing. And I, as a kid, I didn't even understand how special that was, but I get it now. So anyway, it was this one Sunday, he was asking, who's your hero? Like, who you want to be like when you grow up? And people were naming movie stars and stuff. And I legit remember saying, I want to be like my mama. I remember thinking my mama was the coolest chick. She had the best perfume. She had the best earrings. She got to wear makeup. That was big, because I was, waiting to wear makeup. Now I don't even like it. And so as a little girl, that's the mirror. That's who you want to be when you grow up. And I don't know how that looks when your mama don't look like you. I don't know how that looks. You know what I mean? When your mama is the picture of beauty to you. Your mother is the example of who you want to be. Your mama is the example of beauty. That's the most beautiful person you know in the world is your mama. I don't care if she looked like farting in church on Christmas to everybody else. That woman is beautiful to you. How does that work when you and your mama look like something completely different? Like I don't know how that can be. And I know there's a way because I've seen people do it, but I don't know the responsible way. And I just feel like Gizelle is such an ignorant person. I don't see her going through the extra steps to make sure that she's protecting their mental health. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I feel like not that colorism is not prevalent because it is. I just think that Gizelle is not thinking about it and the fact that it's gonna affect her children, or that it could affect their children, because in my opinion they don't really pass for complexion protection. And I don't think that she's thinking about that at all. So
No, she's not. I can tell you she's not. Not by her behavior, not by her responses to being called on it, not by any of it, because she's not even considering if my children are on social media and they see how people are regarding their mother, I'm not even handling it in a mature, a responsible fashion when I'm being called out about it. You know what I'm saying, Kai? Like, does that make sense?
No, but see, that's why I always repeat, again, for me personally, I say, oh, I'm a young, Black woman, I date whoever. And I always want to have these conversations because I'm sorry, I see too many of the mixed girls, regardless of what, mostly Black men and white women, on the TikToks talking about, please don't do it. Y'all are anti-Black and racist. Y'all should not get together. Y'all got together. Like, they're going through it. And I just like, I would refuse if I ever do want children, if my partner is not Black, for myself to be so just willfully ignorant and just avoiding it and leaving them out to dry like that. And like I feel like Gizelle kind of asked, because I remember Gizelle saying like, "Oh, her kids used to think she was white. Why would your kid think you were white?"
Yeah, that's not cool.
She's in denial.
She's definitely. I think that she enjoyed, playing the clear woman in the Black community, and it was a nice little fantasy. It made her feel special because Lord knows ain't nothing else about her to make her feel special. So there was nothing left except being the white cockroach, or the anomaly. So she didn't consider that your babies didn't show up that way. So they don't get to play make believe like you did. And you're, parading yourself around. I'm beautiful because I don't look like Black folks. And I'm telling you, she's not thinking about what that means to her baby. So if you're beautiful, mama, because you don't look like a Black person, then what the hell does that make us?
And didn't she go to college during school days era? That seems about right for her age group.
Now, see, Essence, you're going to quit calling us old up in here.
No, School Days came out, what, in the 80s?
Oh, you rough. You rough. But yeah, she did go to school around the time the rest of us went to school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying that to
I'm just playing with you.
I'm just saying, as far as imagine her mentality.
Yeah.
Imagine how that cemented in her brain.
Yeah.
Like, I could imagine just the high that she has lived on her whole life, especially going to college during School Days era. So Gizelle, in my opinion, she is definitely a mental study that needs to be had. And
absolutely,
baby, because I'm gonna keep it cute, but at the end of the day, some people is living in denial because of certain experiences that they've had. And
well, they benefited from dysfunction in our community, and so they're still counting on it. Only one, Adrian, thank you for the super chat, sis. She said, I wonder what Gizelle would say when her girls called from college crying because they ran into a woman like her on campus that said they're too brown to be in a friend group or the sorority chapter. Right. I'm telling you, thank you for the super chat. And Adrian, that's exactly what I'm saying. When it comes down to it, they may, get the rude awakening about who their mother is. Kay Blake says outwardly they may like her looks, but you can tell there's a disconnect with her nature. They roll their eyes and look embarrassed in her presence when she opens her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely. But yeah, and the thing is, even past the school days, that's cute. I love it. I love
Did
it.
it come out in the 80s? That was the 90s?
It was early 90s, but I get, but it was still like set around the same time frame. So you're not wrong. It's just cute the way you said it. But even after that, even late 90s or whatever, the issue was still there. You know what I'm saying? And being on a black campus, I can tell you that colorism is alive and well. It is alive and well. And people love to, grab one sorority and say, oh, it's them, but really it's all of them to a certain degree. Well, I won't say all. There's a couple of sororities. I'm not a member of those, but that really you don't see it so prevalent. But you see it in all the groups. You see it in just in Black society, period. That is a real dysfunction in our community. Like, there's no way around it. It's there, and the only way to deal with it is to address it. We gotta address it. You gotta look at Gizelle was young back when everybody was acting like Vanity was the best looking thing ever. When Vanity really real life looked like a boy. She's from around back when it was Apollonia. Ooh, Apollonia. Oh, Vanessa Williams. Like all you had to be was yellow back then.
Yep.
And not have too much black showing. And you were the bee's knees, baby. Dr. J say gizzard neck body must be a train wreck after carrying 16-pound twins. Yes, sis, that's exactly why she need to start covering that side meat. I'm still disturbed by that side meat picture. Bella say, and she loved throwing around her father being part of the civil rights movement when it's convenient. Absolutely. There were lots of people from the Blue Vein Society in the civil rights movement. Absolutely. A lot of these people that was the first black this and the first black that wasn't black worth a darn.
But Gizelle is African American, right?
Gizelle is Creole.
What is that? I thought that was a language.
No, that is a subculture that is considered within the black community of mixed race people.
What?
Yes.
See, my brother-in-law is Haitian and they speak Creole, so this is
but that's different. That's Creole. That is Haiti. Haitian people speak Creole. She is Creole. That is not Creole. Okay, them people out of Louisiana, honey.
Okay, now tell me more, because I never heard of this.
Where you been?
I like to think I'm cultured. I would love to believe that I am cultured, and I have never heard of this subgroup of black people.
So okay, that's fair. You don't know what you don't know. There is a very large community, lovely people, in especially in the Louisiana area. A lot of them were free people of color, mixed with, I believe, French heritage. There's some Spanish mixed in there.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly clear folks that spoke different languages mixed with black. Because to me, clear is clear. I don't care what language you speak. You either clear eating escargot, or you clear eating, tacos or whatever else you eat. It's just clear folks that spoke different languages mixed with black folks. And they create, and there's an entire cultural group, and they have their own different foods and culture and tradition and all that stuff right down there in Louisiana.
Okay.
And ain't nothing wrong with it.
I saw East Bayou. I mean, I think they were supposed to be Creole, now that I think about it.
Well, some of them.
And East Bayou, right?
Yeah, some of them were supposed to be. Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say nothing else. Well, thank you for the information.
But now I will tell you this. Now you do have other people that use that term. I think some of the Cape Verdean people will use that same term with their Portuguese in black, which is still clear in black,
Cool.
But they speak Portuguese, all types of stuff. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of when we start talking about Blackness in this country, we have to be very clear that it's not monolithic. Number one, there's a lot of history, there's a lot of nuances. That's why I'm not real, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm not real fond of people who are uneducated broaching the subject, because it's such a nuanced conversation.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And that's why I always try to take it from somewhat of a historical standpoint from me, because I feel like we come to a day and age where people want to pretend like light skin is just nothing but like a man having a preference for it, and I'm just like, no, like it's school. Like there was just so much, like there were laws, and now people are trying to pretend, and even when they are trying to acknowledge quote unquote colorism, but then when we start want to talk about laws and historical context and like Black people being being participants and gatekeeping of what the practice of colorism, all of a sudden now, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, isn't that the same thing that our clear counterparts do when we start talking about the Fugitive Slave Acts, the redlining, Jim Crow, the school to prison pipeline? It's the same thing they do. And that's usually what happens. That's usually what happens when someone is guilty as charged. They pull that, why you want to bring up the past?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So that's you have to expect that. You have to expect that. Now, the truth of the matter is this. When someone is not ready to be accountable, everything sounds like an attack. So that's why you get the responses that you get from people sometimes, like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want, because they feel attacked. They're not ready to be accountable. Right, Shade Queen. Ignorant people should listen and learn. Simple. Mm-hmm. And on the same note, I will say this. Those people who are learned, those of us who are learned, who studied, who might be slightly more cultured, should also be careful not to ever be condescending. Because it's not someone else's fault because they don't know something. You know what I mean? And sometimes we run into that in our community. You have some people who actually have done research. They've read from the scholars. And so then the conversation becomes hostile and combative because you know something. Now you're kind of beating the next person over their head. Like, how dare you not know?
Mm-hmm.
People don't know what they don't know. Like Essence was like, I don't really know about that. Like, what's up with that? That's a fair question. You don't know what you don't know. So I think we got to make sure that people are not, I can't stop you from feeling attacked if I'm just telling the truth, but I'm not going to address it. Your attack, I'm going to let you know I'm not attacking you. All right, Renee, good night. I didn't know you was in here, sis. Night. Get some rest. Hey, Evolution 101. Oh, I missed y'all too. But let them know, hey, I'm not attacking you, but we're just stating historical facts so we can get to the root of the issue so we can move forward. You can't move forward until you dig up the root.
Right.
But, at the same time, like I said, the conversation just has so many twists and turns. It has so many nuances. Like I said, I hate to keep going back to that word, but it just does. It just does. When we start talking about the colorism in our community, there's really no way to do that without addressing the Blue Vein Society. Not responsibly. There's no way to discuss it without talking about the fact that there were entire communities of mixed race Black people who were attacking Black people and Black men for even wanting to date their daughters.
Yeah, I'm looking at, I'm not, I'm not being prejudiced or anything, but I am side-eyeing Gizelle just a little bit because that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It explains.
It does.
It explains so much about her because she probably grew up in her own home with specific conversations had at her dinner table.
Now you get it.
I'm really feeling
now
some
you
get it.
The puzzle pieces.
Now you're getting it because it is a lot of colorism in that community. And I think that it's beautiful to love what you are. But I think sometimes in those communities, it can turn into, we want to keep this. We don't want you mixing in too much of that. and without me saying anything unpleasant, but it's a lot of that goes on, and I know that firsthand.
And for her to say what she said on Sherri is it just now is to a whole new point of, you know, making me a little upset, just because it's like, girl, I thought Gizelle was a light-skinned black woman this whole time. And I heard you kept saying they keep that you kept grouping her in the group with Robyn and Ashley, saying how, and I kept thinking to myself, I wonder why she keeps saying that. But I didn't think anything of it, but that makes so much sense. And not to, you know, say that all people are like that, but Gizelle, she's outwardly like that at this point.
But now you finally understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Noble Genius say Gizelle comes from the era of complexion is wealth. Oh yes she does. Oh yes she does. And you can tell that she lives and dies by that, honey. She's ready to die on that hill.
That's a shame,
isn't it? Isn't it? How sad is it? See, you know, when we start having these, that's why I say these type of conversations can be triggering, and people can feel attacked, because when you start telling the truth, sometimes the truth is unpleasant. The truth of the matter is, a lot of those folks were created by force, and a lot of those folks were created due to self-hate. They were just so excited to be in the beds of massive sons. And so you gave birth to something that looked nothing like you, and then wanted to create children that looked nothing like you, who also wanted children who looked nothing like you. Can you just imagine that something came out your belly, hate you so much that they don't want to recreate nothing that looks like you? All of these things that exist, even these people who are not us, they're related to us. Now, let's be very clear. Now, they might be our cousins that we don't like to fool with, but they are related to us. And these folks who are related to us came from women who looked like us at one point down the line. But it was a creation of something that was ugly. It came from something ugly. And then it promoted ugliness in the forms of attacks, discrimination, and anti-blackness. And now here we are in the whole 2022 looking at RHOP with a heifer who called herself the self-proclaimed Creole Queen. Oh yeah, ain't that what she called herself, Kai? Didn't she say so?
Yeah. And
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, I guess. If she doesn't mean it in a
but she did.
There's nothing wrong with it if it wasn't the behavior.
Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with her saying that if she doesn't mean it in a way where she's putting herself in like a prominent.
But
position.
she is. That's why she said the key to her pretty face is staying in the shade. Just like I grew up in the state of Florida with people saying, "Get out the sun so you don't get black." Oh yes. See, there's a whole lot of ignorance to be had in our community, and folks don't like to talk about what the truth is. And when we start telling the truth, oh, y'all just jealous. I ain't jealous, baby. I grew up with this old nasty pecan tan complexion. And it wasn't always this toasty. And I remember very clear being told, oh, don't drink Coca-Cola. It'll make you black. Don't be eating all that. It's going to make you black. When you go out there and y'all picking peanuts and y'all going to the orange grove, wear long sleeves in the Florida heat so you don't get black. Oh, I remember. My memory ain't bad, and I'm not one of those people that's going to run around and tell lies and say, oh, it's not a problem. That's not really the issue. People just jealous. No, they're not jealous. They're being mistreated, discriminated against, and disenfranchised, and we need to tell the truth about it.
Because even more so, like, you know, people always say, oh, my family comes in rainbow, blackness in a shade of rainbow. But also I feel like people like pretend like the practice of marrying light was that long ago. You have a whole bunch of like people who like were told explicitly, don't you dare date someone how many shades darker than you, always stay, you know, within the light range. And it was a survival tactic, but it was a survival tactic in the means that there were privileges with you being light, making sure you marry someone light and hoping that your kids get both your complexions.
It was a survival tactic, and it was also a status tactic. It was about status.
Status, yeah.
It was
Because there
all
was
about
attached to it.
All about status, and they did not want their children bringing no black folks home. Because even though they knew they were not clear, they were very clear about the fact that they wasn't black. See, it's real funny now to me. Everybody want to holler, "Oh, I'm black," when it's time to benefit from blackness. But it wasn't that long ago when y'all wasn't black, so you said.
Right.
Legina Jackson said it's over and over again. They want to remain ignorant because they don't want to change. Right. Oh, yeah, Dr. J, I'm sorry. I left that one out. They did tell us don't drink coffee or else you're going to get black too. I remember that. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of ignorance a lot of us grew up hearing. Now, y'all see Dr. J telling you, babies, I ain't making it up.
Well, my grandma, my nana, she is the opposite shade of me. And she always would say, she says things like, oh, like I always had the color, but I never had the hair. Like she says like little stuff like that. And it's so alarming. It's not, it's like, I can't obviously excuse it because that was literally the time that she grew up in. But my grandmother,
it was a lot of ignorance, and I'm with you. I excused it too. I didn't feel any way. I was never, I wasn't offended. I was offended at times for my sister because my sister her complexion was more like my daddy's. So I would be offended for my sister because when some of those things were said, I could kind of see on her face that she felt like somebody threw dirt at her.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. That would kind of, pluck my spine a little bit. Shade Queen say, do you think she was doing a play on words when she said stay out the shade? I think she was trying to do a play on words, but I think the tone deafness of it all lets you know the kind of person she is. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, that doesn't even make any sense because to say
I'm pretty, so I stay out of the shade, then turn around and say I'm a shady person. It didn't match. Ashley said, sadly, it's never about promoting protection from UV rays to prevent skin cancer. Oh, no, it wasn't about that, girl. We didn't even know nothing about no skin cancer. Not where I was from. I had never heard of skin cancer until I was a big girl, like almost in high school when people started talking about UV rays and sunscreen. And, when we heard about skin cancer, we really thought that was just something clear people got. I know that's ignorant. Shoot me later, but that's what I thought. Dora says Seanitra is discussing an important conversation not talked about. Please like the video. Yes, y'all, please like the video. Shanika C said, I hated the orange grove because we always had to wear hats and long sleeves. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Unlike okra. Now, when you cutting okra, you wear long sleeves so that fuzz don't get on you because you will scratch yourself to death and back. But definitely the orange grove, yep, the big straw hats and long sleeves so you don't get black is what they told you. High Vibes say colorism is a form of psychosis. Amen. How can you celebrate the violation of your foremothers? You better say it. You better say it because I'm the first one to say I'm so proud that I'm black all the way around the board. And and this is something else I want to address, the sickness within our community. We do have some people that are so sick that they're running around, oh, everybody mixed. And it's like, baby, if you check your genetics, you might be sadly disappointed that you good and black.
Yeah.
That is so irritating
some of the same
to
people.
me.
Huh?
That line is so irritating to me because the thing about it, it's like you're trying to say that way anyone can claim blackness. But again, I think we've said this before. Like the reverse is like, no, why are they not allowed to claim whiteness? Which we know why, but it's just kind of like you use that line for any and everyone to walk through.
Well, this is my issue with that. It's a means of negating your blackness so that you don't protect it.
Yeah.
And they come up with these sick fallacies. Like, first of all, when I hear people say stuff like that, it's pitiful, it's sad, and it's pathetic. Like, just tell me deep down in your heart you don't want to be black so we can move past this. The numbers just aren't there. Just looking at the number wise to prisoners of war, because these people were not slaves. These were prisoners of war. And the people who and their human traffickers, the plantation owners, the numbers weren't there. The contrast in the numbers, the the disparity in the numbers, in order for everybody to have been mixed, those people would have had to been screwing nonstop. Half of the atrocities that took place against our forebears would not have even happened. They wouldn't have had time. They'd have been too busy screwing everybody. Furthermore, there would not have been an entire plantation politics or political system where you had house Negroes and field Negroes if everybody was mixed. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like people have really fed themselves this whole lie, this whole fairy tale. And I'm like, what kind of sick fairy tale is that? Where you fantasize about your great grandmothers being forcibly taken. What is that to fantasize about? And what sort of a sick person sits up and says, I sure hope my great granny got held down and forced? Like, who thinks that? What kind of sick person thinks that? I'm just saying. Like, that's some sick crap. Well, I mean, you laughing, but am I right or wrong? Like, what is that to fantasize about?
You know what? You're right, but I have my own, like,
that's your foremothers who were on plantations, who were human trafficked from an entirely different continent, who were tortured, terrorized, harassed, sold like cattle, like livestock, had their babies at times cut from their wombs, sometimes forced in front of their own children. And there were times where sacks were put on their sons' heads and on theirs, and they were forced to procreate with their own children. And after all of those horrors, to sit up and fantasize that woman had to have been forced by her human trafficker too. Do you know how sick you gotta be to hope that happened to your great grandmama?
Well, you know what though, Seanitra? Like, I feel like the accountability on the Black community is not happening.
But that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm pointing out how sick you have to be sitting up hoping that happened to your foremother. Somebody who survived against all odds, and clearly she survived it, or else you wouldn't be here. Just for those women who survived atrocities that we could never freaking imagine. Those same women who were down in the swamps of Florida, who had their babies taken and used to fish for alligators. You praying that on top of all of the crap that they survived, please God, let her have been forcibly taken too. How sick is that?
Very sick.
Do you know how sick you gotta be hoping that happened to your foremother? Do you realize that?
Well, people have taken away the trauma that comes with light skin privilege in general. Not light skin privilege, but just like pretty privilege.
This is my thing. It's not to me, it's not an issue of light skin. I don't have a problem with that, because as everybody can see, I'm not gonna sit up here and masquerade. I can't fool you that I'm walking around here, as dark as I'd like to be. It's not about light or dark. It's the anti-Black sentiment that disturbs me. It's these fantasies and fallacies that, I sure hope that massa got around to my granny.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of internalized racism, and a lot of it
self-hate.
Yeah, a lot of it shows.
You truly hate yourself. You hate your Blackness. If you can sit up and wish something that sick on the woman that survived hell on earth for you to exist, you are a sick, sad person, and there's nothing anybody can do for you if you're that sick and you're that sad. And then here comes RHOP. And Massa's chilling with the help. Done slid onto the screen to let y'all know. I want you to watch the show, and I don't care if I'm offending you, because after all, I'm a product of those sick relationships, and I don't care what y'all think. And yes, I want to benefit from you. And yes, you're my target demographic. But the hell with y'all Black folks, just watch the show and shut up.
Yep.
Because that's what I heard her say. Hell, in my opinion, she said everything but your mama.
Child.
That's all I'm saying.
That's what it needs. That's how it needs to be packaged every single time this conversation is brought up. Period.
And every time I open my mouth, that's how I'm gonna package it and put a bow on it, because that's what it is. That's what it is. That's why you hear me say things like, I could never. I don't knock nobody else who does it. If you want to play with them, you play with them. But for me, for my mental health, I look at the fact that for whatever reason, my foremothers survived unsullied. So I can't see me sullying myself on the back end. Now, anybody else who wants to, have at it, love is love and all that new age stuff, love who you love. How it go, love wins. I don't know all the slogans, but whatever.
Yeah. And I'm not,
you know what I'm saying? It's your thing. In the words of the Isley brothers, do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to, sock it to them. I like everybody to have a good time. At the end of the day, just long as it's consensual, if somebody hurt you or bother you, please come tell Auntie. I'll help you fight. But if you like it, I love it. But this is real life what we're looking at right now.
Yes, it is. And we're
looking at the product of self-hate over a few generations coming to your screen, coming to a screen near you to play in your face. And they only bringing in Black women who are willing to scrape their knuckles, to bow and scrape, tap dance, and mammy it up. We got a responsibility to hold their feet to the fire. Go out. I'm sorry, Esna. I was talking. I heard you saying something and I couldn't hear you over my big mouth. Let me shut up. What you saying?
Oh no, you're good. I'm over here. I was plugging in my computer. I said the self-hate never stopped, in my opinion. It never did. People saw the the advantages of being a certain complexion and they wanted it. And I felt like it's always been gate kept and internalized. And it's really interesting that this is something, and it's not just like African American people, it's other people of
color. It's worldwide.
Yeah, like the Indian culture. And I think it's just interesting that I guess it comes from, what do they call it? Like colonizing and stuff like that. And
what it comes from is white supremacy.
Yeah.
Now that's what it comes from, period, point blank. Now let's go and call a thing a thing. And we talking about us. I understand about the other people, but as it pertains to us and what's going on with these people right here, the issue is not just about privileges. It wasn't just that, I get privileges. It was that there was the disconnect. It gave them an opportunity to disconnect from Blackness because of what Blackness represented in their psyche. And what's going on now is we're seeing that in their psyche, they still see Blackness as something negative, as something to attack, something to benefit from, something to profit from, and yet and still something to loathe, something to degrade, something to discriminate against, and something to oppress. So they disconnect from it so that they can, so that they, if they cannot be a part of, they can at least mimic the oppressive system against Black people. This is what we're looking at.
But we're oppressing ourselves too, though.
But we ain't talking about that right now.
I know. I'm just saying.
We talking about masses children. That's who we talking about now.
Yes, honey. Because ain't no way I'm gonna let you treat me like that. No, man.
You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it. But see, the thing is, it comes to, oh, hey, Miss Knox, you done slid in the room. But the bottom line is, there's no way to talk about it without being completely truthful. You can't tell half the truth.
Yeah, I agree.
But hold on, who was self-hating before white supremacy? Who? Because before white supremacy, colorism was not an issue, especially not with our folks.
No,
it was not with our folks. Now y'all know me. I get deep into the scholars and the research. That's not the truth about our folks. Girl, I ain't trying to give no history lesson. I be trying to hold it, because I don't want to bore nobody to death with that.
It's so important. It's so important, and that's why I'm able to look. I'm always in the present when I analyze like the mental space of Black people in America. I'm always looking in the present and like, where are we currently? I understand the past and how it has affected our our ancestors and such, but in this space now, it is giving very much self-inflicted.
I mean, but at the end of the day, even the things that are self-inflicted are symptoms of a sickness. So
Yeah.
pointing out the symptoms without talking about the root cause of the virus is ridiculous. If a headache is being caused by high blood pressure, I can take Excedrin for the headache all day until I resolve the hypertension. I still have a problem.
That's fair.
See, people love to point at Black folks. I'm telling you, I be trying not to have these conversations, but people like to point to the Black community in this country and say, y'all doing this, y'all doing that, y'all doing this, without pointing out the root cause and what caused the sickness in the first place. That's why you notice I keep steering away from that part of the conversation, because that can take another 5 or 6 hours just to get to the root.
Well, Gizelle's the poster child. Whenever you get to that chapter, you need to make sure her picture's in the book, because she's just disgusting. Like, you're just go ahead and gatekeep it, sis. Just go ahead and gatekeep it.
Yeah, I mean, that's their gate. Allow them to have their gate. That's their gate. That gate has nothing to do with Black folks. That's not us. They've made it clear for a couple hundred years that that's not us, and it's not our business. It's just here recently in the last few decades, it's been this whole push and force that you're gonna call us the same as you. You didn't want us to be the same as you for the last couple hundred years. Let's not play.
Because everything we do is saucy. Everything. We just so colorful and awesome and inspiring and just
human.
Cool. Like, we can't help it. And I've noticed that, like, everything Black is so amazing.
Well, the thing is, we've always been amazing. What has happened recently is that we've become trendy. And so since now it's trendy to be Black, everybody's trying to kick down the door and force their way in. Black is not a club. You don't get to join Club Black. You don't. You're either Black or you're not. There's no club to join. There's no membership. You can't pay some dues and get in. You can't date a couple of Black folks and now I'm Black by default. Like, ain't none of that.
Like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even think she qualifies in this conversation, because she's not just the daughter of. She's just not us at all. She's
I know, but I'm saying, like, you said date somebody Black and you qualify by default.
That's true.
She's the
that's why I say that's that kind of she fits the description. But I wasn't talking about those folks at this time. But yeah, she fits the description. Karen Denby say it's funny how it is the women they hate on, but if a Black man with $2 rub together, they'll holler at him, because they don't like him either. They just want to benefit from him. They want to benefit from his sickness and from him, being excited about having proximity to something less Black. They don't love him either, any more than your human traffickers during plantation days love the victims that they ran and forced into slave quarters. They didn't love them either. How about I say, before white supremacy, we were to ourselves. The self-hate wasn't a thing. It sure wasn't. They snatched, detached, indoctrinated, and terrorized. You better tell the truth. Ms. Knox said, I remember Katie said that Gizelle and Robyn were obsessed with race. She did say that, and she was right, too.
Yes, and I wanted to speak on that because, like I said, I binge watched Potomac, and Robyn was like, girl, I am not biracial. I am Black. Like, with all seriousness. And Katie was like, you're biracial. I'm biracial. Ashley's biracial. And again, mind you, this is my first time knowing that Gizelle's not Black. Well, not Black American. And I'm thinking, like, this was the first time it ever geared in my mind in my whole life that biracial people are biracial people.
That's right.
Like, so
I mean, like, when you look at that community and that culture out of Louisiana, the Creole people, right? They have their own culture. And I think, and let me say this, I think it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It is beautiful. Their food, the music, everything is beautiful. If you ain't been around them, go get around them. It's beautiful. But they got their own problems and dysfunction, which is none of my business. Okay. But I think that what happens with the rest of it, because now Black is trendy, people who are biracial, rather than forming communities like those beautiful people did in Louisiana, it's like, no, we ain't forming no community. We just gonna kick our way into yours.
Yes.
And that's when it gets creepy. That's when it gets creepy, because then it starts to look like it's Black people more than anybody, Black women's responsibility to make other people comfortable. Why are you not going to clear folks and giving them the burden of making you comfortable?
Mm-hmm. Give them your blues.
Yeah, go over there and tell them, hey, it's up to you. Make me comfortable. I'm the same as you. You don't have a right to tell me I'm not clear. Why are you not doing that?
Yeah, you know, that is so true, because I could just imagine Robyn saying with the same like fierceness, I'm white.
Oh no.
I'm
Because
white.
people really feel entitled to Black support. And let me just say this, it's not just them. We saw it with the Asian community. Oh, Black people need to be better allies. Hell, we saw it in the Black Panther movie. They even put it in there. Had the people coming from under the water demanding that Black people support them. That is the order of the day when it comes to Black people. There's no appreciation. There's only entitlement. People feel entitled to us. They feel like we owe them something. We had better support them. I don't better do nothing but live, be Black, and die. That'll be all. Right, just like the Black on Black crime foolishness to dismiss when things happen in our communities. Every crime is that community on that community, because that's who the hell you live with.
Yeah. But even more.
Yeah, Gizelle said that. The Creole Queen, she sure said that, didn't she? Mm-hmm. Noble Genius say, my grandfather people Geechee, and we prideful about our chocolate complexion. I know that's right. You better represent. Go on, get your girl. And y'all hit that like button. High Vibe say, by proxy is the perfect description, Shade Queen. Oh, I caught that when Gizelle was, not Gizelle, with Shade Queen say Black by proxy. That's exactly how I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. Queen of Hearts Kids say, do we think that Jizzy's father didn't want to marry her to marry Jamal? That's the rumor, but I don't know that. But that is the rumor. That is definitely the rumor. And the way the daddy was talking about him, I can believe it. Y'all remember that hot mic?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, honey. It's a real thing. It's real.
She would be ashamed of herself and her background and all that's going on with her family. That's a hot mess.
I don't know if anyone remembers when Robyn said this. I believe she said like her and a group of her friends were on a cruise, if I remember correctly. And there was like this group of guys that they kind of like, you find your vacation friends. And they were white guys. And like they had been hanging out for a couple days, whatever. And she said she remember one day like the guy said something about Black people. And her and her friends, she said her and her friends looked at each other and they realized that those white men thought they were white. And that's why they were hanging out with them. So I'm just like, Robyn, you know what you look like.
Girl.
You know why we're saying this.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Because that woman even said, like, this group of white guys thought they were white, and that's why they were hanging out with them to the point where they were saying some disparaging things about Black people. And that's when the women, Robyn said she didn't say anything. Robyn said, oh, we just didn't see them again. I was like, mm-hmm.
Of course not. Yvette, what you see what Morgan's music is saying, Gullah Geechee culture, that is a group or a subculture of Blackness here in the US, based in the Carolinas. If I have the history correct, it was a group of people who were kidnapped from Africa. They called them slaves, but really they were people who were human trafficked. Let's use proper verbiage. And they were taken to that area, and the human traffickers, the clear people, the monsters, the terrorists, kept getting malaria and getting sick, and they ended up abandoning the people that they human trafficked in that area. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, they were of Yoruba descent, but they were left in that area, and that they're known as the Gullah Geechee people. They have their own language. They have their own land. To my understanding, I think I heard from last year, a year before last, that they were actually trying to steal the land from them where they've been since they were brought here. So it's a lot of atrocities. Like, it's so many atrocities. So many atrocities. Yeah, they did eventually mix with some natives. They did. But most of the natives, I'm not going to say most, but I'm going to say a whole bunch of the natives on the East Coast of this country were just as black as the rest of us.
Yeah.
So, let's let that sink in. Latoya Gupton say that, and Jamal already had a child before he married Rings. Child, somebody was pregnant when she went down the aisle.
Ugh.
She found out somebody was pregnant when she went to go jump the broom.
How old is Gizelle?
7 years younger than Karen.
Okay. She's 52.
There you go. 52 pickup.
Oh, okay, so she's around the same age as my dad.
Mm-hmm. I know, like, things over there are a lot different, Yvette, and I'm interested in it, but I don't know enough about how things went down in the UK. I know there's a lot of black people that actually came there from other places. I don't know anything about I don't know anything about like the community of people who were actually freed over there and how things evolved over there.
I know about contemporary stuff.
A lot of my first husband's family, they're over there, but they're from the West Indies. So, and a whole bunch of people are there from the West Indies. So I don't really know enough about their history over there to speak about it intelligently. So that's why I don't. But I'm interested now. If you got some info, girl, you got my inbox, shoot it to me. Yep, building over cemeteries and stuff. But they're literally, from what I heard, we're trying to steal the land. I know it's a lot of Geechees that don't look red. They just look like pretty black folks. Because it's natives in our family, but the Seminoles that went in my family was good and black. They didn't look yellow. They did not look like Mulan. There was none of that. They just look real black. Karen Denby say J Maul had a whole family before she married him and had a woman he was living with. J Maul something else. Abba's Child said, wow, thank you for sharing this information. I'm part Geechee. Good evening, all. Hey, Abba's Child. Ain't nothing. Listen, we gotta represent. We gotta represent. Like, it's unfortunate how our people got here for the most part, but it's good to celebrate their successes and triumphs and survival. Like, it ain't a lot of people that can survive what black folks here survived. It's really not. And as much as we point out everything that went wrong, if we're going to be completely honest, we held ourselves together pretty good considering. All things considered, if we're going to be fair.
I'm going to say good night, ladies. I have to finish getting myself ready. I'll be listening in the back.
What'd you say, baby?
Oh, these people on these diesel trucks. I'll be in this. I'll be listening in the back. I gotta finish getting ready for tomorrow.
Okay, girl.
What is saying?
Good night.
All right. Night, boo. Yvette, you say your parents are West Indian and from St. Kitts. I know that's right. VI stand up. Your mama folks is Geechee. I know that's right. And you say her people is jet black and beautiful. Yes, I've seen some beautiful black folks that come out of that Geechee area, those Gullah Geechee folks. I mean, some beautiful black people.
I know that's right.
Drop dead gorgeous, honey. And I love it. And I like the food. Listen, I'm a food person. I did not get fat by accident. I like the food. Let me in. If you got something to eat, if your house clean.
When is the last time Gizelle was around, like went home to visit her family and stuff on the show? Has she ever done that?
Yeah, she's been around her people. Listen, that when she went down there, that's when she's like, oh, I'm the Creole queen. I said, all right now. All right, girl.
Okay. So that was a few seasons ago.
A while ago. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna keep my eye on. I hope now that I would love to see in the next coming seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing her
Mm-hmm.
with her parents, because
Okay.
that, and then we gonna light it up over here on YouTube.
Uh-huh. Shanika said my family mixed with Creek Indian. They both dark skinned. That's what I'm telling you. Like a lot of this whole people is, oh, I got this in my family. Like, girl, a lot of them natives was good and black. That's why I'm like, what is y'all talking about? Stop playing. Stop playing. Latoya says Native Americans are black. We were here long before Columbus and the Spanish Inquisition. That is very true. But there's also natives that were nomadic, and they came in through that whole Alaska nomadic spread. So there are natives that are not from Africa, that didn't originate there and didn't come here by way of Mansa Bubakari. Like, everybody ain't black. But if you do read Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, you can get more insight on that, as far as why there were tribes that were clearly black, clearly African people. But yeah, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of books should be required reading, but our folks, don't like to read sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
There go Mama's Peanut. Hey, Peanut. You be laughing. That's my Peanut.
I know. I'm laughing at what she said. Girl, they was
She said so. Gizelle and Robyn said they say they don't care what y'all black folk got to say. It's all foolishness. They don't
and
care
she
if they
told me the
offended
N
you.
word.
Yeah. That Essence heard the N word. I heard your mama. That's what I heard. Shay Queen say I could go down to a size 8, but I'm not. I'm hungry. Nene Leaks. I know that, girl. I could get down there too. I actually have very good willpower, but I like to eat. I like to chew. Trinity girl, hey Bookie, I miss you. You said Trinidad and Tobago have many Yoruba tribes. So do Brazil, so does Cuba. Listen, Yoruba people, stand up. Now I respect it. I got love for it. And if anybody want to cook me some amala, you know what I'm saying? Bless my soul. Bless me. Okay.
You know what's so interesting?
What's that?
A lot of my like history lessons, as far as like lineage, came through my African dance class. Cause my dance professor, she was not playing, and I guess her religion is still tied to like the what is it called, the African diaspora in Brazil. So she
Diaspora.
yeah, diaspora. Yeah, so she gave us like a lot of like lineage, history, and like where a lot of people got placed during like the slave trade. So and but I never really took history at my school because I was a transfer student.
Well, the
So I
thing is,
did.
the history at the school wasn't going to tell you nothing but a pack of lies anyway. You have to actually go and do your research on your own. And read our own scholars. Don't just read what your enemies tell you about you, because they're never going to tell you the truth.
Well, my dance teacher, she told us she was not.
She told you what she knew about what she knew.
Yeah.
But I've said it before and I'll say it again. Go to AfricanAncestry.com, find out who your actual people are, and then start to connect with people from the continent that belong to those tribes, so you can find out your history and your heritage and your culture and your tradition, because it'll help you understand more about you.
Yeah, I'm interested in that.
Good. You know what I'm saying? It's good to know yourself. That way people can't tell you about you. Texas has a very has the largest Nigerian population outside of Nigeria in the US. You know what I'm saying? We have the largest population here. So it's not so much Yoruba, it's everybody. Like Nigeria is represented heavy in Houston for sure, and Dallas and surrounding areas, but definitely Houston has the largest Nigerian population. Not necessarily Yoruba. There's Igbo people, Hausa people. There are Idoma people here. There are Efik and BBO people here. Like, there's everybody.
That's lit.
It is lit because the food be lit.
No, it is. My last boyfriend was Ghanaian, and I love the food.
Food be lit. I'm just letting you know.
I hate being American. American is the worst, man.
I'm not an American. I'm an African woman, and so are you. Stop.
Well, my culture is American, like literally as American as.
But it's really not. Like, go find out who you are. So
I know that's why I said I'm interested in knowing.
Yeah, because like the whole labeling yourself by the people who human trafficked you. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real conquered. That's all I'm saying. Mr. James says we repping our culture. My people is Jamaican and Haitian, and y'all got good food too. Yeah. I want some griot, and I want some rice and peas and festivals. I want all of it.
That black rice is so good. I love rice from all cultures.
Listen, I just like good food. If your house clean, straight up. Only if your house clean. If your house dirty, I can't eat from your house. Okay, it's not personal. Latoya said, we practically invented everything we use today, from elevators to blood transfusions. Yes, it's true. It's true. But the reality is, like, I think it's a matter of, I think what's so sad is we forgot, if we ever knew really how to love us. And we don't have to be forced to embrace anything that ain't us. Just loving us is enough. It's enough variety in just loving us. Like, that's enough. You trying to get to the turkey leg hood, I ain't mad at you, girl. Say my dad's mother's side been traced to Nigeria. Okay, we got to find your tribe though, honey. Find your people.
Yeah, I'm going to look into it, because
that's right, noble genius. Your culture is an African culture stolen to create America. That's right. Your people were trafficked. Yes, we do put love in our food. Trini Girl says there's a documentary on Netflix on how slaves were taken and dispersed to different countries, especially the southern parts of the world. Yes, Africans were taken. They did not take slaves. They stole Africans.
Yep.
They stole West Africans, Central Africans, South Africans. They stole Africans. They did not steal slaves. They stole African bodies. They terrorized African people. They committed atrocities that they still got to answer to God for, and they were human traffickers. That's what they were, and that's what they are. That some of them still doing it. Shade Queen say my deceased husband was from Beaumont, Texas, right next to Louisiana. I know about Geechee food. I don't know about no Geechees over here. Them Geechees over in Carolina. You must be talking about that Creole food. They got some good food over there.
I'm in Carolina. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna look it up, because I love to try new food.
You should. And go eat something. Tell me how it went.
Yes, because I'm telling you, my family, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from a traditional Black American family. As far back as we can think to, we didn't really trace our lineage, but we got pictures of my great grandparents and with the 1800 cameras, man.
That's cool. Dora said, if your house is not clean, it is personal. What? You know what? If you right about that. You're right. But if your house dirty, I'm not eating from your house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's be clear. If your house is dirty, don't bring me nothing. Because I'm going to talk about you. If your house is dirty, I can't eat from your house. But if your house is clean, understand, I will take a plate. Yes, I will. Listen, we done talked about, oh, no, I know, but we ain't talked about. So how about during the sneak peek, Karen gonna let Mia know what Gizelle had to say about her and her friend. And she was like, they done some nasty stuff before, some touching and groping and whatever. And as she was real, say what I eat out of Glorilla's house. I don't know if Glorilla's house is clean. I don't know if she seemed like her house clean. You must be talking about what she said she do with them men. That ain't got nothing to do with me. If her house is clean and her mama was cooking, that girl too young. I don't know if she can cook. So I don't, it's too many variables there. I can't answer that. See, I'm still debating my people who refer to their ancestors. It's like, my folks wasn't slaves. They were African people who were stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up. Shade Queen say you can eat at my house. I got OCD and I can cook. That's my girl. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Tutu. So, listen. She just openly said, oh, yeah, we shower together. Ain't no big deal and all that. So, she was fine with that. But I think this is where the whole situation about to go sideways before, with her and Jackie, because Gizelle done ran it to Karen. And Karen ran it to her and said, well, I told you I would never hold nothing back from you, and told her what Gizelle had to say.
Child, now,
Yeah.
You know what? Potomac, it's time to pack it up. I'm gonna mail each one of them an individual suitcase because it's time to pack it up. What? Like, this is what we're doing now? That?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
really?
what they doing.
Karen,
that is what they doing. And then it was the fact of, she was like, oh yeah, men Gordon brought people in or whatever, but she ain't saying nothing about Jackie. I'm trying to figure out how Gizelle went and reached and put all that in together. And I was mad at Karen for not telling her what all Gizelle actually said. Exactly. She didn't just say that she let you go, that she let her go with one of her ex-boyfriends. Gizelle went and added in stuff. Oh, she said that Mia was watching and she liked to watch. That's not what Mia said.
Wow. And you know something? She did that with the whole butt grab when she
sure did
in the little van. And I'm gonna need for the people at the reunion to call it out.
Oh yes, they need to call it out because Gizelle be lying. Gizelle will lie on you in a minute, and she lied on that girl. Told them talking about she let her go with the boyfriend, and she wanted to watch it, and she watched it. That girl ain't said nothing like that. She said she couldn't quit messing with the man. He wasn't no good. So she told her friend, go sleep with him so you'll see why I can't leave him alone. Now, that's what she said.
And that's weird too, though, but still. She could have dragged her for the truth. She could have dragged her for the truth. Because I would have. Now, Gizelle, if you're going to be messy, you could have been messy with the weird stuff they actually did. Because that's different. So, all of that telephoning at your big age,
the truth is heavy enough. Why add a lie to it?
Right. This is what I'm saying.
You got to feel they ain't gonna call out nothing at the reunion. I want to see. That's what we were saying earlier, baby girl. I don't know whether they will or they won't, but I will say if they don't, it ain't gonna go right. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna go right because y'all ain't acting right on social media. It's not me. People my age, we not over here running people off social media. That's what y'all young folks is doing. You say Karen is the charade a bunch on the low. Could be. Except for the fact that Karen actually gets stuff done. When she want to do stuff, she actually do it. Sherri don't execute nothing. Right, high vibe. That's freaky enough. Ain't no need to add to it. Gizelle is weird. She is.
You know.
You say the lie is more entertaining. I guess to her it is.
Yeah, no, Mia even saying it the way she said it was odd. So
yeah, it was
later. And Karen wasn't even there, so child, please. I'm about to start mailing out suitcases.
Child, then they gonna show that little sad podcast. Child, they couldn't get Robyn's microphone right. Then they gonna put Juan in the hot seat. Robert asked him a question talking about, is it shady for the one who get up earlier to be vacuuming floors and stuff? And he say, what time of the morning? 6:30 in the morning or 11 in the morning?
Ooh!
And you hear the Lord of the Rings talking about, Juan, you out of the hot seat, you can go. Don't take him out the hot seat because we want to know. We want to know. She's trying to bring up old stuff. That man ain't woke you up. And how many years has been since that man woke you up? Hell, how many years has been since that man was there when you woke up?
Oh my God, he said 11.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Juan bad. Listen, I don't know why they play with Juan.
Ooh, just a little dry.
Hey, listen. Juan went for the juggler. Juan went smooth for the juggler. Ain't give a darn. He said, you mean 6:30 or 11 a.m.
Stop coming. He basically, that was a warning shot.
It was.
Keep trying to use.
Juan said, keep his name out your mouth.
Yo, he said, I'm gonna tell you right now, Robyn, we got an unspoken agreement, but you're doing too much.
Too goddamn much, baby. Too goddamn much. This girl talking about Juan say play with your mammy, not me. That must be what Juan said. That had to be what Juan said.
Oh, and the last thing I wanted to say was about the Charrisse interview.
What
Yeah,
you got on that talking about the old black lady?
girl. Now, Charrisse,
Because
why do
okay,
you?
mind you, when this show started, I want y'all to take into account that's like what 7 years ago.
Mm-mm-mm.
So that means Karen was barely 50. Why would anybody be calling her the old black lady?
They all got undertones. They just all have undertones of like.
But all they can do with Karen is try to do like some ages type stuff. And I still say you shouldn't mention somebody's age when you look like they auntie. That's all I'm saying.
And the black part too is like, are you trying to like make it like a racial climate kind of thing? Because it's like, why would you feel the need to say black? Who's saying that about Karen?
Nobody.
Is it because her name is Karen and they have to point out that it's the black Karen? Like, what are you trying to say? It makes no sense.
I understood where it was coming from because she want to get in with them people that ain't black. And I guess she feel like Karen, you ain't that special because you black too. You actually black like me. She just happened to be. Karen is actually light skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Them other ones are mixed race. Karen is actually light skinned.
Right.
So maybe that's one of the other reasons why Charrisse got a bone to pick.
Ooh.
Or a problem with her. Like you ain't special. You black too.
Seanitra. That's what I'm saying. Like those undertones from the
Mm-hmm.
colorism to the racial undertones, like something not right and exact about any of them. Like it's getting real spooky.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. But this is the ugly side of what we deal with over here. And I think it was just a matter of time before it made its way to television. Mm-hmm.
Not black. You know what? Because she meant something by that black. Because girl, who was calling her that?
That was her way of trying to put Karen in her place. You black. You think you better? You think you better than me because you like them? You still black? You know my good friends over here. They not black, but you black. Mm-hmm.
I believe it because Charrisse
is a mammy.
Yes, and she's always
she look like a mammy, and she's wearing the wig of the first mammy to ever touch the shores of America. That's a historical wig, and I'm not gonna clown the wig. But that wig is the official mammy's uniform. You can't even be a mammy till you get one of them wigs, and she has the original.
Fresh from underneath the do-rag. Came right from under
what do-rag? That thing won't fit in no do-rag.
You know the man.
You know how many do-rags that wig done ate?
They had to go through the evolution. You know, we had them little bonnets back in the day.
Mm-mm.
That was the first
wig. That wig is the bonnet.
Ain't the bonnet.
That is the bonnet. That wig originally came with 2 ribbons that tied under the chin.
Ooh.
Let me quit playing.
Yes, okay, because you already know
I never like ageism. I find it a blessing and admirable to live to an old age. Now, if you're too old to be acting up, you can get it. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like when you look like that person auntie, you shouldn't mention their age. That's all. Mr. James say, who started the ageism on the show? I believe it was Gizelle to Ashley. I think so, but I don't know. It was bothering Karen before. I don't know who started it, but I just feel like they do a lot with Karen with this age business, and all of them look older than her. That's just my thing now. Why do Robyn and Gizelle say they're not mixed? Ashley's mixed, and so is Katie. Well, they say that because they want to show themselves as some type of, special form of black instead of just accepting your mixed race. Then there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know why. I do know why. Let me not play in nobody's face. I know exactly why they're doing it. They're still trying to benefit from the dysfunction that is colorism. Mo Better, what's up? Yeah, we in here for a few more minutes, child. Yeah, Nano say, let them biblical wigs alone. I left it alone, Nano. I told you, me and the wig is in a good place right now. I'm not going to do it. I ain't going to do it. Auntie Eva, I'm stopping. Yes, Esther say the evolution of the bonnets. Yes, now. Yes. Yeah, the chin strap. You know, it had them 2 ribbons you tied under your chin in a real pretty bow. Yeah, Charrisse might still have them ribbons on the side of that thing. She probably tuck it up underneath it before she slide it on. Linez, hey Linez, say, honey, I be wanting to snatch them bad wigs off myself. No, that wig there, you need a hazmat certification on your license to handle that wig. You can't just go handling that wig, Linez. Yeah, right. They ain't got nothing else to say about Karen, so they make up stuff. And the fact that she's on the show pretending she knows so much about Karen, then when Carlos asked her straight up, well, I heard it in the streets. So do you know or did you hear? And at this point, I feel like you lying.
And I wouldn't know who called her black in particular.
The old black, like, why would, like, literally nobody looked at Karen and say the old black lady. I've been black my whole life. I could hear them saying that, that older red lady or the older, light skinned lady. Ain't nobody looked at Karen and said the old black lady. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, like really, Charrisse. That's all that I wanted to say. Like, that's what really stood out to me. Like that statement in particular. Like, really, Charrisse.
Mm-hmm. He else said, I'm done talking about Charrisse low vibrational wig. It's almost a new year. Good vibes only. I'm through. I'ma stop. You say Robyn ain't black at all, so she need to be excommunicated. Well, girl, we can't excommunicate. She ain't never been in the club. She trying to hate from outside the club and can't get in. You say I just can't help it. I'm just saying, I don't have nothing against the wig. Me and the wig are in a very good place. Yeah, they benefited from light skin privilege. That's why they had high profile ex-spouses. Well, I think that's a little different because Little Robert didn't go like catch a basketball player. Little Robert ended up with a basketball player by default because he had to live with your mama and them. Because if not for that man wouldn't have never married her. And if she was hot cake like that, when she broke up with him, somebody would have came and scooped her. Look what happened with Nicole Murphy. Look what happened with look at Larsa Pippen stank behind. It's a bunch of them. The minute they get away from one man, look at 50 Cent baby mama. She was spending Puffy money. So it's like if you was really hot cake and somebody wanted you like that, girl, please. The minute one went broke and you slid, somebody would have scooped you up. Ain't nobody scooped her because don't nobody want her.
And she don't wash.
But a lot of them other heifers don't wash either. Let me tell you something. Them men don't mind stank dirty cat. Did you not hear Nick Cannon sit up there talking about all them women got stank coochies? So, and he making babies with them girls with stank cooter cats. So them men don't care about hygiene. Don't you let these dustish men fool you. They'll pinch their nose and dive right in and sit up there and try to wash the funk off and have their homeboys laughing. I know you've been hunching. I can smell on you.
Ugh.
And I'm telling you, because y'all know I've been very clear. I used to run with a gang of dudes, and I done heard some nasty stuff.
No, seriously. Men are really disgusting.
I have heard men to sit up and go with women and be talking about she was on top of me every time she went up and down. The smell came out, and they kept right on going.
Oh my God!
Men are nasty.
I gotta go.
I ain't gonna go no further, but I've heard some stuff. It's a reason why Auntie wasn't no hoe, because I heard what men say about women. And I promised myself there wasn't no man alive gonna ever talk about me like that. Nano said you can't be laughing it out. There people that be about to throw me out of here. Well, you better quit hollering and laughing. Cover your mouth like you sneezing. Mo better say, now we know why Jamal did Jezebel so dirty. She thought she would come up with him and he treated her terrible. That plus the fact, Mo better, he just a dirty person. He ain't never treated a woman decent. She wasn't gonna get nothing special because she a little recessive. Sherri showing her slip. Yes, but now baby, she tried to tuck that slip up under the wig too. And it just, part of it was peeking out from under the bottom. Yes, girl, slide some oil to me. Now that's somebody that been watching The Wiz. Yes. And let me lubricate my mind. You don't know about that, do you, Essence?
Yes, I know The Wiz.
You remember that musical number from the Tin Man?
Yeah.
Slide some more to me. I used to love that. So yeah, me and the wig is in a good place. I'm glad you apologized because y'all roasted that wig. Yes, I had to apologize. Yeah, Babyface wife too. Deion Sanders' ex-wife Pilar. You know what I'm saying? If you was hot cake, somebody would have picked you up. You think Charrisse hang with clear people? Maybe they said that Charrisse ain't hanging with no clear people. Charrisse ain't hanging with none of them people. Yes, Nick Cannon said that. Y'all remember that? You remember that Essence when he was doing that interview talking about 80% of women got bad hygiene, they coochie stink and stuff. And I'm like, you don't know 80% of women. You talking about 80% of the women you was laying up with had stank cooter cats. And that means out of 10 of them baby mamas, 8 of them coochie stink. And you still trust to put a baby in there for a baby to fight through the forest of funk to make it to this world. You didn't even care if your babies came out stink. You dropped off churn in there. She fumbled the bag, but she done got a few more. It's been quite a few men that ran through there and dropped off their tithes and offerings with Nicole Murphy.
She still look good though.
Yes, yeah, and she do. And the problem is Robyn want to be one of them. Gizelle would like to be one of them, but ain't nobody coming to pick them up. And she's I've been saying for 3 years, I must not be hot cake or my standards too high. I'm just saying, but them girls ain't got no standards. Now, can we be honest? They ain't got no standards, and people they passing them right on by.
Are there any other Creole celebrities?
I mean, I'm not going around checking people's jackets, but I'm sure if you Google, it'll pull up all of them.
I'm so interested now. Like I am so interested. I said, I saw East
Thank
Biden,
you, Nicole. Still getting paid right now. Thank you. And I ain't mad at her, girl. You better cash them checks. Y'all know we already put one in the chat. I had to find out which girls in here like checks. And I seen quite a few ones that look like all y'all like checks now.
I know that's right.
Yeah, we are no longer comparing rings with Jezebel. That's right. That's true, Nano. Because Jezebel might have been low down and dirty, but she was smart and she built, listen, she had a whole empire. Jezebel was that girl. Like, I guess Jezebel said, hell, if I'm going to hell, I'm going in style. God darn it. But rings can't compare to her.
No, I'm going in style.
She did. Rings went out in style. Not rings. Jezebel went out in style. And now, you know, how she died was kind of bad, you know, but by the time the dogs is eating your bones in the street. But this girl that married a king was able to whisper in his ear, send armies after people.
Beheading everybody.
And then you got Gizelle in 2 barns that has been put together with a glue gun. No, she can't compare. You can't compete when you can't compare. Say, what's all under that wig? Well, I heard that she got some duct tape under there, 2 gem clips. She got a Swiss Army knife, a corkscrew. You know, she liked champagne, she told us. She got a saber. You know how they use the saber to knock the cork out them. She probably got one of them up under there. I think she put one of Robyn's hats up under there and an extra pair of drawers because she don't wear them. But I think she put that up under there too. It's a few things under there. Hey, Toffee Mocha, what's up, girl? Noble Jean said, you right. I had an ex who told me keep my cat dirty after because he couldn't even smell me with an attitude. Yeah, them men is filthy, man. Them dudes is filthy. Filthy.
Ooh, child, they said Lil Fizz is Creole.
I mean,
and Beyonce.
Well, her mama is.
And Prince.
Prince was not.
They got Prince on the list.
Yeah, they lied on Prince. And they half lied on Beyonce because her daddy just regular black. Hey, Jenna. Who?
Ice-T.
He ain't either.
Let me go ahead and get up off the...
Yes. Yes, them children did have to fight through a forest of funk just to be here. Them some tough kids. Them kids coming out with tattoo tears on their face because their mama stink and their daddy done told it.
I know Rob. I just know Robyn just look like, ugh.
Robyn looks like the love child of bad hygiene and bad decisions. Yeah. Cafe Naki Media, thank you for the super chat. She say, Forest the Funk, I needed that. Thank you for being here. I appreciate the support, sis. But it's true, them kids coming out with tattoo tears, man. Mo better say, Wow, when you mentioned the glue gun house, I stand corrected. I never knew someone could make Jezebel look good. Jezebel was that chick. I don't know how y'all be hating on her. Now, the stuff she did was to get her put in hell. I'm not going to go to hell behind what she did, but I'm not going to diminish her accomplishments either. I said, if you're going to be evil, commit.
Not commit.
Jezebel committed. Now, you can't say
horrible.
she didn't. Didn't she commit?
She did something strange for a piece of change.
She did something strange for a whole kingdom. She didn't even get a piece of change. She married her own kinfolks. Miss Thing went and got her a whole kingdom. Okay?
Got everybody killed. Ain't no
and
herself
too. Herself too. And if she hadn't ran up against Elijah, she probably still would have been running the roost. What the hell do Gizelle have but them 2 barns with that glue gun? What else?
Bad wigs.
What is her kingdom?
Terrible insult.
Noble Jr. say got drawers under the wig because she don't wear none. She don't wear none. She don't wear none. Mika say maybe somebody burning in that sister wife situation. I don't know about burning, but he said they stink. I can't guess at what they might be. I'm going by what he said. He say they stink. That's what he said. I ain't never smelled them women. I ain't never met them. But he said that they coochie stink. And I heard him. Now, why you dropped off children in the world's funkiest daycare is between you and the Lord. But he did that.
They all clear adjacent. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's how he like them. Recessive and funky. Mo better say fact. Rings will lose her bonds tomorrow if RHOP is canceled. Sure would. Jezebel had a whole palace, man. Come on.
Whose house were they in when they were recording the podcast last episode?
That might have been a rented space. Who knows?
Though not the way they had their feet up on the couch. Laughing at
no, he LEL. It stank. He said 80% of women, he talking about the women he done slept with. He said 80% of them got stank cats. Now that's what he said. So you do the math. What's 80% of 12? Where the mathematicians at here?
That's more than half. That's all I need to know.
Okay, Dr. J said that was her basement that they was in. At the basement.
That was her basement?
Yeah, that was the Barnes basement. Now I'm finna get my calculator. Since won't nobody do the math for me, because I want to find out exactly, since we talking about it, I want to know exactly how many of them children had to fight the funk to just exist.
I'm gonna say like 9. I'm gonna say like 9.
I'm gonna get it. I got a calculator right here. Matter of fact, hey Google, what's 80% of 12?
80% of 12 is 9.6.
Okay, so 9.6 of them heifers got stank cats. Right. Baby says 10 because she rounded up from 9.6. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Glennis, we done talked about it. So imagine that out of 12 women, he dropped off children in 10 stank cats. That's all I'm saying. Well, you know it ain't us.
They 100% the same.
They're 100% the same and 100% not us. Yeah, girl, the barn got a basement.
One. He do have one dark-skinned baby mama. She might be the one that was not stink.
Well, it's 2 of them that don't stink, according to his math.
Okay.
So 2 of them don't stink. I want to believe Mariah might not stink, but I don't know. But he said all of them got stank cats. He said 80% of them got stank cats now. Shade Queen say, ooh, they can smell their own. Listen, my mama say you smell yourself before anybody else smell you. So if they stink, they knew they would stink when they went in there and disrobed. And I feel like you got to be brave than a mug to go in there and drop trowel. And you know you got a sewage system.
Now that's another conversation for another time, because with the mental health issues that the colorists have, that's another one. That's a whole nother.
Sure do. They don't even care if it's dirty. That's the one they want. Glennon say that's why he's sick. Yeah, swim. Okay, if you go swimming in a septic tank, well, you shut up, Seanitra. I'm gonna be quiet.
I'm gonna go, Seanitra. This was fun as usual. I cannot.
Listen, the man said it. I didn't make this up on him. He sat on that thing with them women and told them that 80% of the women he done played in got stank monkeys. Now, what y'all want me to do? He said it.
Yeah, he did. And he is sickly. It's starting to make sense. No, let me stop. He got lupus. But still.
Yeah, you sure? Everybody want to holler lupus. Trick Daddy been hollering lupus for I don't know how long now, and I don't believe him. Now they tell me if you swim in dirty water, that protozoa and stuff, a worm crawl in your ear.
Yes, I'm telling you, it's getting real suspicious.
It's real suspicious. So that's exactly what my grandma said to me. You smell yourself first. It's true. If you can walk around with a fumigator between your legs, you a gangster. No, Mr. James, we ain't figured out who need to do it. I still say that girl Z-Way need to do it because, you know, she don't cut no corners. But I don't know whether they'll let her do it.
That would be good.
Lynette said it wasn't stank enough to keep him out. Sure wasn't. Apparently, he like it funky. Thank you. Glennis, he told on himself, I didn't make up nothing on that man. I don't know him. I don't know none of his business. You know what I mean? I was just glad when he quit wearing them turbans. Baby. Okay, Dr. J says she got a patio off the basement level. That house was on the foreclosed list for a while. It needed much work. It still do. Look like she's still working on it.
Now they got a basement. And then remember the doors was broken?
Mm-hmm. The DT in the house. Say, are you sure he got lupus or loose boost? I don't know, but he say he liked them stank cats. Apparently, he did get them babies and drop them babies off at the daycare, and that be that. Say that's why his face is like that from the treats. Child, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Maurice's face. You, Lord, Shanika want Monique to host that reunion so bad. Say they be going to an exit instead of the entrance and getting sick behind it. I don't believe that because he making babies. You can't make babies back there at the exit. I don't care what you do to that exit. You can tamper with it all you want to. Ain't no baby coming out of there.
That might be why I stink, because he going to the exit and then going in the entrance.
No, that ain't enough. If your cat stink, it's because you got bad hygiene. You not cleaning that thing out.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to have to run no clinic on cat washing because I believe everybody should know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we got feminine washes, soaps, all types of stuff.
What do you call them things you could put inside yourself?
Norforms.
Yep. They got
yeah, you can use a Norform, the little Norform suppositories, and overnight you wake up, it's a floral extravaganza.
Yep.
Okay, ain't no reason for you to be walking around here with no septic tank. Ain't no reason for that. And I trust that ain't nobody in here doing that. I'm gonna trust y'all for it. I trust you.
Ciao, Seanitra.
I'm just saying, like, I don't like dirt. I believe women supposed to be clean. We supposed to be clean. I was raised, they told us cleanliness is next to godliness. And if you walk around with your cat stink, I feel like you're going to hell. Now I just feel like that. Now I could be wrong, but I think
it's too much. It's too many. How do you call it? Like things you can use.
Yeah, lotions and potions and washes and stuff. There's no reason for that. That's sinful. That's evil.
Yeah, it's
right. And now the Lumi. Yes, now they got the Lumi. That's why I was so offended when Juan had to tell Robyn about getting up, washing her behind. I said, wait a minute. This ain't right. Right, Shade Queen. I trust them. I trust everybody in here that we clean ladies. Ain't nobody around here doing nothing evil. Because you walk around stink, you evil. You are evil as Satan himself, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself too. Hey, nephew. That's right, Nisi. Normalize baths and washcloths. You know where I'm from, we say wash rags. Get you a wash rag. And get down up and through that. Don't just be nasty.
There,
that's evil. That means Nick Cannon left his children with 10 evil women because 10 of them was stank. Lord, something about that's what Nick only like is rotten. Ooh. Oh yes, let me put the link here. Please come say hello.
And I'm gonna go to bed. I have plans. But you know,
okay. You got plans for the weekend? You ain't going nowhere this time of night, are you?
No. In the morning, yeah. I gotta do better.
No. Okay. As long as you ain't getting ready to go in the street.
Oh,
now,
no.
I was about to say you need to make sure you hit one of us so we can send you an Uber if you get out there.
Oh no. Yo, I need to go to bed so I can get up because I've been waking up late every day for the past few days.
Okay. Because I used to do that when I would come on late, like on Saturdays or Fridays. I'd be like, hey, if one of y'all need an Uber, message me. Don't be driving drunk now.
Oh, I would never.
That's right. I'm serious. I don't want to hear about none of y'all getting in no trouble.
I would never. Literally, I could never.
Okay.
Good night. Hey, DT.
Okay. Well, get some sweetie.
Oh, a sister.
Oh my God, DT so bad. I love my DT.
Good night, Seanitra. I'll see you.
Good night, Essence.
Bye.
Bye, gorgeous. Hey, my DT.
Hello, my family. Hello, Seanitra. How are we all doing?
We good. How you? I missed you.
I'm doing good. It's been a busy couple of weeks. So I'm working everything. Right. So. No, I'm doing okay otherwise. I hear we've been talking about cleanliness and the importance of keeping ourselves hygienically and harmoniously clean.
That's right. That's right. I listen. And DT, you know I love prayer. I love to pray. And I feel like if you too dirty, that prayer might not get through.
Oh, yes, definitely.
I think it might block you. There go my nephew.
What's up, Auntie?
Go ahead, DT.
Yes, because, for you to be spiritually clean, you must also be physically clean.
Yeah, start with soap and water. Yeah.
Yes. And your spirit and your body must harmonize together. And that only happens when you are clean.
Yes.
If unfortunately you look and smell and have, boils as many as the moon, and as with craters coming up and smelling very much like a landfill, then I'm sorry, you cannot be spiritually clean.
You know what? Listen, I could be wrong, but I do believe that funk can block your prayers. I believe it. I believe that funk will tackle your prayer on the way out. It'll just hit it, clothesline it.
I mean, can you just imagine this great wall of dirt, spiritual dirt that will be, blocking your prayers as you'll be praying, and then this great wall of dirt will be coming around trying to block your prayers.
Yeah, yes. Lel said, not your prayers going to junk mail if you stink. It might. No, Virginia said, people's feet funky. Listen, I had somebody do that to me one time. It wasn't a chair. I was still in school. I'll never forget it. I would say that heifer name because I don't like her right now to this day behind this, y'all. And you remember used to be in school and you would take your coat or your jacket off, and when you sit in your seat, you take your jacket off and your jacket still be laid over your seat, right? And this heifer, her name was Tamara. I ain't gonna say her last name. She came and sat at my desk, and she set her big behind on my jacket. Baby, when she stood up, it smelled like this tramp had been cooking salmon croquettes. I went off. Oh my God. I didn't spare her. It was a room full of people, and I went left. I wanted to fight her. I say, you big, nasty, filthy, dirty heathen. How dare you sit on top of my jacket smelling like a can of sardines? How dare you?
Exactly.
Oh,
and can I put out a public service announcement?
Yes.
If you are a member of the clear community, we would like to emphasize the importance of washing legs. I've been reading some tweets where saying that they do not wash the legs. Can we just also remind you that cleanliness also includes the washing of the legs?
Yeah, legs, feet, between your toes, dry them properly in case you got sugar diabetes. We don't want you to end up getting your feet and stuff chopped off. Just be clean, have good hygiene. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. It ain't gonna hurt nobody to be clean. And please wash your legs. How you gonna go somewhere clean with your legs dirty? Can't do that. You up here talking about, Lord, order my steps, and all your steps stink. All your steps stink. What you talking about, Lord, order my steps? The Lord ain't coming nowhere near them steps. Clean your steps.
He avoiding them steps. Huh?
You talking about order your steps, and he's telling you wash your steps. Wash them.
Just imagine the answer to your prayers in the shower.
Yeah, you know what? It's good to pray in the bathroom when you're bathing.
Yeah.
That's a good place, because then you got solitude. You by yourself. Ain't nobody interrupting. Get clean and just talk with it. It's wonderful.
Exactly. And can I also put another public announcement I've just remembered?
Yes, please. I like your PSA. What else you got?
This is another public service announcement. I have just yes. If you are part of the Harvard University crew that is telling everybody that they cannot have a bath for 2 days and then have a shower 2 days after, please go lock yourself inside the bedroom and don't come out.
That's right. That's a good one. I like that. I second that motion. Nephew, what you got for me?
Look, I got you telling the story about your girl from school.
Yeah, she messed my coat up. My mama sent that coat to the cleaners 3 times to get the smell out.
Well, you talking about a coat, my mama had this friend. It wasn't really a friend. It was a lady from the church. They was working on something. And the lady was coming to the house pretty consistent. So, as a kid, you might scratch. As an adult, you might scratch out on the couch or whatever. I wasn't thinking about it. My mama sit on the couch. I can scratch out and lay down after her. But this lady left a very distinct smell. It was some like spice ham and bologna meat.
Oh!
And that happened when I was 8 years old. I only smelled it once. But I knew that lady was going to hell for everything. I don't care how kind she was, how good she was.
You knew she was going. Walking around smelling like a deli counter, Jesus.
Look, and she had the nerve to be one of them independent women. She didn't need a man.
Yes, apparently she didn't need a man. She didn't need soap. She didn't need water. She didn't need cleanser, disinfectant. She didn't need a cap full of bleach. She didn't need nothing.
And wasn't no amount of crackers gonna send that man down now.
No.
Just because you smell like spice ham don't mean you taste like it. We don't want it.
Listen, let me tell you something, nephew. Ain't enough crack in all of South Florida to send somebody down there to that deli counter.
And South Florida got well, I ain't never tried it, but I know the crackheads behave well. They have fun. They do the job.
Plenty crack, Plenty crack. Shout out to the crackheads. Anybody listening, we love y'all. I do need some washing powder. Thank you.
Auntie, we were just on the phone talking about, certain situations, how, some women, their dating pools get slimmed down to certain people based off of how they carry themselves. Who are the people? Well, we know Nick Cannon don't mind the smell.
He don't mind.
Lamar Odom, he didn't mind a different smell.
Well, Lamar, first of all, can we be honest about Lamar? Lamar couldn't smell her over his own funk. That was a battle of the funk. That was something spiritual took place between him and that woman. And the fact that he came back and said that lady booty smelled like earring backs, I was offended because I didn't know. I'm like, Lamar, for all we know, you could have been talking about your booty. We don't know who booty you was smelling. Because we seen Lamar walk around playing dodgeball with a bar of soap.
Conflicting smells.
Sitting up there like the dodgeball. If you can dodge Irish Spring, you can dodge a ball. Stop dodging the soap.
the battle of the booties.
Yeah, the battle of the booties. Yes. The clash of the butt cracks. It was going down up in there. I can't even imagine. And can you consider the fact that these people was hunching? Do you know what that bedroom smelled like?
Ooh.
Hey, that bedroom smelled like the second coming of Lucifer. It smelled like Lucifer had been loose from his prison. And they was trying to make the Antichrist is what they was trying to do in that room. And that's why God broke them up, because they was trying to bring on Armageddon in that room.
Wasn't enough Febreze or incense in the world.
Febreze? No, you don't need no Febreze with that type of colossal funk meeting up and clashing. You needed one of them Catholic priests to come in there swinging one of them censers with the smoke, and then one of them got to put that purple. One of them got to put that purple sash around their neck and sling that holy water and bless the holy.
Oh, not smelling like The Exorcist.
Yes.
No, yes. As a Catholic, I know what that is. It's a terrible. We'll probably put about 5 cups of incense in that. That's terrible.
Yes. Yes.
Smoke it all out. Smoke out all of that.
Thing. I don't see it. And see, DT, I didn't even know what it was called. I know they be having it in them little tin pots, and they be on that string, and they be swinging it, and that smoke come out. That's what they need. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And and I'm a Baptist. I ain't never used one. But I believe that that's the time where the Catholics is gonna come through in a clutch. In times like
and I will be, and Seanitra, I will happily volunteer to do that as someone that knows how to use it.
Okay, so the next time that there's an ungodly meeting of the funk, you are the designated Catholic, is what you're saying.
Yes. And we'll contact the priests. We'll also need to contact the Gregorian Monks Collective to come and sing a couple of hymns as we smoke out this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would have smelled like a nuclear power waste, right?
Take this information down, y'all, because everybody knows somebody that need it.
That's right. But I'm serious with that woman being stank, and I believe him because crackheads be telling the truth. But we know he be stank too. And I feel like they came together to do something unholy.
Yes. Very unholy.
And I believe that the Holy Ghost himself broke them up, because I'm telling you, something evil was gonna come out of their bedroom.
It was not holy matrimony.
Looked down from heaven, one look at them both and went, no, we need to get them away from each other.
Right. This was ordained by the devil.
That's what happened. That's what happened. That was divine intervention.
But don't you remember
God stepped in and said no.
Remember we was talking about there was I just got in, but I see a picture on your thing. Remember we was talking about there's a particular woman in the church that look and talk like Charrisse.
Yes.
Now that I'm thinking about it, that particular woman was the woman that left the bologna and the hog head cheese and the spice ham.
Yeah.
And now Sherri saying she ain't wearing no drawers. I'm offended. Get off the show.
You ain't lying.
I'm very cool.
Can you imagine all them trips she done took everywhere she sat? Them people done had to throw the whole chair out.
Hey, you talking about you sweat? You talking about you sweat like it's cute? We know you smell.
Oh, God in heaven!
Can you imagine when it's windy? She's wearing a skirt.
I believe that's why Karen was coughing and walking away from it quiet as a cat.
Right. Listen, at this point, if she don't want to wear drawers, that's fine. I need her to wear a window unit. You know them window unit air conditioners. Just strap that up on. Just put some drawers legs on it, the elastic from your drawers on the window unit, and just strap it on, and keep that thing blowed off. I mean,
Imagine her and Robyn, and I'm gonna put Ashley in there because I don't care what nobody. Ashley looked like she carry a smell too.
She do.
Imagine the three of them in a vehicle with you,
and
two of them got the nerve to say they don't wear drawers, and Robyn look like her boxes be so stank.
Nephew, that'll never happen to me. And let me tell you, that'll never happen to me because I feel like the Lord will give me the strength to walk. And on that day, I'm gonna burn all the calories. When I make it to the restaurant, I can order everything on the menu because I'm burning all them calories. Ain't no way I'm riding that car.
I can hit a phone call now, nephew. I ain't got a knee problem. I have been delivered.
I've been delivered. Yes, God, I have been delivered. And I'm telling, unless they was gonna let me ride up front with the driver, where I could hold my head out the window like the family dog, ain't no way in hell I'd have rode in that car.
No, I would not ride in that car.
Yep, tongue out and all, hanging all out the window. I'd have been like glow them. I'm popping out at red lights. I ain't in the twerk, but I'd have been popping out at the red light. Ain't no way in the hell. Can you just imagine?
They really think they have got power.
You sitting up in there, oh Lord, no.
And Robyn don't mind who she break gas in front of, whatever she said. She just filthy all the way around.
Ain't gonna wash, passing gas, just messing, polluting the air.
I believe that's what happened to Gizelle Neck. Leave her alone, Gizelle. Stay away from her.
Child.
Well, you know, Robyn looks like a lake that has been polluted by cow dung for 20 years.
Ooh.
Ooh.
DT
now that's descriptive. That's descriptive.
Leave it to DT.
Leave it to DT. He gonna give you that clear description. He gonna paint a picture for you. You say Charrisse lip is turned up. She smell herself. Listen, Big Mama them said you smell yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Say how many times I said now I don't like that woman. There's something about her. Y'all talking about Reese, Big Spusher. Latoya say panty liners help with absorbing sweat and odor. She ain't using them. Yeah, she ain't using them. She need to use them, but she ain't using them. You right, Toya. Mm-hmm. You right. It's too many ways to keep yourself together. You can get you some. You can't use talc powder because you'll get cancer, but you could use the cornstarch powder, get a little Gold Bond powder, put your panty liners in. You know what I'm saying? Get you some good cotton bloomers. You know, stop trying to wear the little cute ones. You ain't cute no more anyway. Just put on them good cotton, comfortable bloomers. The air get up in there.
Wait, Auntie. So when they was at the little dance studio, and she threw them leg quarters up in the air.
Now you know what? That thing was funny to me, man.
Please do not have that.
Reese labored to get that leg up there, and that leg.
But she went.
That belly sold her down on that floor. I said, "Ooh, girl."
But she wasn't wearing no drawers. I believe. See,
can you imagine that? She opened that drawbridge and the troll jumped out. Ain't no telling what that room.
And spirits being there. You notice that after she threw that leg up, that's when Gizelle was inspired to come. You know, bring the stuff to Kansas.
And everybody got the fighting and going on. Yeah, the troll jumped out.
Yeah, evil spirit done crept out.
That thing jumped out.
Fred last.
Hollering fee-fi-fo fun. All type of stuff that went on.
What, Auntie, is hollering what?
Yes.
So it's big.
Looking like a mountain truck.
Yes, came up out of there, stomping feet and everything. Just
not the troll shaped like Charrisse.
Looking like a.
I know she throwed that leg up there and it hit that belly, and then when it knocked over, I knew something was gonna happen.
And Robyn was back there grinding against the floor.
I don't know what the hell Robyn was doing, but God darn it, that's the most I ever enjoyed Robyn in her life since she's been on this show. Robyn was back there doing something very, very strange.
She need to do it every episode.
Yes, she do. I think Robyn need to open up Robyn need to open the episodes. Remember how Bill Cosby used to do them strange, conniption fit type dances? That's how they need to open Potomac. Just give Robyn one of them sweaters and let her just get up there and gyrate and twist around because she didn't hear none of the music. But that was entertaining.
That was very entertaining. But I'm very surprised there wasn't any dirt stains that would left on the floor after she had, gyrated upon it.
Ooh. Child, look. I don't know. Hell, for all I know, she could have left something. I wasn't gonna see it. My eyes was glued to her for the first time in her life. She commanded attention in the room because she had my undivided attention up there doing that twitching and moving, and I can't even say gyrating. It was just like it was like a convulsion.
You know what?
She what she does with Gizelle inside the bedroom.
Oh.
So you saying she's assaulting Gizelle? Because that looked like assault and battery. It's just during that class, she was whooping the air.
Yeah. That's what she's telling everybody by doing it. It's like, this is what I do.
Hell, that for all we know, DT,
and then when Mia comes along and
okay, but all I can tell you is for all we know what little Robert was doing, that might have been a threat set to music. Because that might have been just like, y'all say something I don't like. This what I'm gonna do to you. Man, she bent down and got down on that floor and jumped back up and twisted her back real funny like one of them zombies on The Walking Dead. And then she swung that arm around there and she went to smile, and I said, what the hell is that?
She was happy. Now that's the happiest I've seen her.
Oh yeah, she was getting into it. She was letting y'all know what she'll do to you. And I ain't seen nobody do nothing like that till I watched that show Wednesday on Netflix, and that girl was at that dance, Wednesday Addams, and she went to jigging around and snatched that arm up over her head and went to flopping them around like a chicken. I say, oh, that's what Robyn was doing.
So she doing the Robyn.
Yeah. But she whooped the air. She beat the hell out that air. I feel like that was a threat set to music, honey. She's like, look here, keep playing.
Well, wasn't that the same day she was standing up and sitting down with Wendy?
Yes, stood up and tried to charge Wendy. She had, I guess she said, I already told you what I'm gonna do to you in that class. You seen it. You seen it. I'm coming.
She wasn't getting nowhere though. Charrisse put that big ham arm out there. She wasn't going past.
She got past the one arm. Big Spucia had to stand up and put both arms up to stop her.
Stop.
Yes. That's why I said easy, big fella. Come on. But looking back, I guess we got to side with her because she did threaten them in the class. She showed them what she'll do.
Well, you teach Bible study. Warning comes before destruction.
Warning comes before destruction. She was in the class, DT. You seen her. She showed them what she'll do.
Yes. I always wondered whether Charrisse did sumo wrestling on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Because she looks like the perfect body build for sumo wrestling.
Now, you know what? Now, I would give her that, except for the fact sumo wrestlers got beautiful hair.
They do.
They got do. Some but she beautiful hair. And they skin be nice, too. So I can't give her that. I don't think she do the same preparation that they do. She don't have it. Now, I think she might do the salt throwing part, but I think she throw the salt on her food. She don't throw it over her shoulder. And then, the rest of it, I don't.
Why you call that lady Respucia? Because now you saying salt, all I can think about is the scene with Respucia putting all the salt on her piece of pizza, Charrisse.
Yes.
Charrisse.
Well, because she looked like Spucia. I'm not lying on her.
She like, I'm trying to, she has, I'm trying to find something attractive about it. Hold on.
She got a beautiful daughter.
She got a beautiful what?
She's got a beautiful daughter.
She got a beautiful daughter.
No, look, because you said that about when I was trying to call Candy cute. You said I'm trying.
She had a beautiful daughter.
Charrisse has white teeth.
No, there you go. See, now there's something.
Her teeth are white.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say she got a nice smile, but the teeth are white.
See there.
Robyn's teeth are white. See, that's gonna be my compliment because I'm trying to be nicer.
Robyn has white teeth from what I've seen.
There you go. See, you can always find something. When people don't find something nice to say, it's because you're not trying.
That's right. Mia has height.
Yeah, Mia's nice and tall. She's statuesque.
Yes, nice show. Robyn has the same type of shoulders I have. I like my shoulders.
Robyn has the statuesque shoulders of a Heisman Trophy winner. Yes, she does. They're wonderful.
Yes, and and Charrisse has the body and the stature of a hot air balloon.
There you go.
No. And
he's trying to find something nice in him.
Well, for DT, that's good for DT. I forgot.
Sometimes you got to dig deep to find it. This is DT now. DT is digging deep to find something nice about her. And we got to give credit where credit is due now.
I'm gonna give him credit. I'm giving him credit.
I mean,
now, I'm gonna show you why I figured out. I'm gonna show you evidence of how I figured out that Sputia is her twin.
You're not about to put no picture up. I'm about to close my eyes.
I am.
Yes. Come through.
Make sure. See, it was the wig that tipped me off.
It looked like the caption supposed to be, "Do I look like my mom? Do I look like my mama?"
Look at the nose. Look at the chin. Look at the wig. That's Sputia.
Identical.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Now, which one is Charrisse?
How you doing?
Which one was Charrisse?
Now you know what? I ain't fooling with you talking about. You know which one is Reese.
I couldn't tell.
You know which one is Reese. Because she wasn't in that movie. You know, Sputia had hair and makeup from the movie. So now Sputia had on the new wig. Don't do that.
So you saying Sputia had about a little bit?
Had on the new wig. Yeah, Sputia, only because she had the new wig. That's only because she had the new wig. And if she wasn't in that movie, then they would have been on a level playing field. That's the only way Sputia got the ups on her.
But even the facial features really give us rescue.
Yeah, that's Sputia. And everybody know Sputia let her more fine.
That's right.
Everybody know Sputia let her more fine. So don't be hating on Sputia.
Karen, all this running after you got me famished. Go down to the Piggly Wiggly and give me a half wrapper. And my tips better be burnt. So Charrisse looked like she liked the burnt tips.
And tell them don't trim the fat.
That's right. And make sure my bread is sopped up in I want my bread soggy. I want it sopped up in that sauce.
That's right. So that picture of Charrisse is horrible. That's a cease and desist worthy picture. Listen, until she served that wig with a cease and desist, she better leave me the hell alone. Listen. Now everybody know Sputia fine, but I will drag Sputia all across this porch till she want to meet me and fight in the Walmart parking lot. She better not come for me. She better serve a cease and desist on that wig first, and I mean that.
Charrisse is a Florida girl, ain't she? I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm
about to say, don't try us like that. Don't do that.
That wig features.
You heard me about to go left. I know you heard me about to go left.
Hey, we ain't got nothing that look like Charrisse in Florida.
Nowhere. I don't care if you go to. I don't care if you find a girl who rent is $17 a month. We don't have one that look like Sputia.
I must say though that wig features so much.
I'm just saying, you know me. I apologize to the wig. You know, I took accountability for bullying that wig
because it hasn't done anything to you.
Because the wig ain't did nothing to me, and so I made amends with the wig. So I'm not gonna go there. But until she hold that wig accountable, she better not come for me. She better hold that wig accountable first.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, look at Bianca talking about Seanitra, if Charrisse ever try, you call me. Cause baby, listen, I know y'all want to get her. And I really been sparing Rasputia. I've been sparing her. Y'all know I could have got her 100 times, and I've been letting her live.
Oh my gosh! So you chose not let those comments.
I have. I've been letting her really make it. I ain't really went after Sputia.
No, we've been kind of graceful.
That's right. I've been letting her make it because I feel like I can look at her and tell that time's been hard.
It's been really hard.
Well, tomorrow night I'm coming on and I'm instigating something. We going in on her.
Oh Lord. Okay, well it is what it is.
And I'm gonna take my medication, so we going in hard.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Nano say, "Did you, Seanitra? You still attacking her? She gonna get mad." I'm not. Trust me. I'm letting her live, Nano. You don't believe? I'm telling you, I'm letting her live. Everybody that been drugged across this porch except her. I might have drugged her wig, but I let her live. I let her live. I didn't come get Sputia. I could have. I listen. I could have took Sputia from the window to the wall, and I've been letting her make it. All I'm saying is, okay, thank you, DT. That's my witness.
You're a strong woman if you can take big Sputia from the window to the wall.
From the window to the goddamn wall. Now you know I made it very clear. I'm an old watermelon field Negro.
Well, I almost finished the rest of that song. You was gonna have to whoop your nephew. I forgot to live.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not on my porch, but on the real, like she better serve a cease and desist on that wig.
Look,
that better be the next court case.
Her and Kim Burrell loyal to them wigs, though. That's where they get their energy from, their power.
See, but the difference is Kim Burrell's wig is evil.
What is Charrisse? Depression.
The difference is Charrisse wig is a historical artifact.
Yeah.
Charrisse
was
wig
there
is a part of history. That wig has been there.
You help me out. You know your nephew don't be knowing.
Now you know we covered the history of the wig. That wig was there. And that wig was there when Queen Edea was defending her son over there in the Benin Empire. That wig was also there. The wig was there when the colonizers showed up and stole the bronzes. The wig was there during the Biafran War. The wig was also there, you know, when the Dahomey Amazons were stealing people and selling them to clear folks. The wig made it through the Middle Passage. The wig witnessed all of the Middle Passage. It survived. Okay.
Wait. Seanitra, let's not forget, the wig was also there when Joseph arrived in Egypt. Joseph wore that wig.
That's true. I did leave that part out. When the traders went and bought Joseph from his brothers, the wig was actually with them.
The wig is biblical?
Yes, that wig goes way back. Matter of fact, Potiphar's wife had that wig on when she lied on Joseph.
Auntie, go to sleep. Go to sleep, you weary. Go to sleep.
That is a historical artifact. So I'm not mad at her for having it. I just feel like she shouldn't be wearing it. It should be in a glass case.
It should be held in the museum.
It should be at the Smithsonian.
And
right.
It was there.
They done stole all these other DT. They done stole all these other wonderful artifacts from Africa, got them in museums, and they letting Charrisse just walk around with this one.
Because it's losing value, right?
I feel like I don't think it's lost value yet, but it's danger because the wig could get damaged.
Yeah, it could slide off and fall into whatever's left in the seat after she get up.
You can tell that he's starting to discolor. Because you can tell it was actually a darker brown back in the history. Because and the when Moses wore the wig to lead the Israelites out of Egypt.
Yes.
And then it was passed down to Joshua, who then
the 12. Joshua didn't get that wig right away. Now you remember Miriam had danced. When Miriam was dancing in the scripture, she had on the wig.
Yes, that's right.
Miriam had it. His sister had the wig. Miriam had that wig.
When she was dancing?
Yes. When Miriam danced, you know, it was a certain point of the dance where she started crip walking and she bent down and brushed off the top of her foot with that wig.
I was about to say that David have it on when he danced and he got stripped of his clothing.
Possibly.
No,
that one is not confirmed, but it's possible.
Yeah. Because it was also there when the Queen of Sheba visited Solomon.
Yes. Yes, she had it on when she met up with Solomon. When Makeda met him, she had it on.
See, I thought the wig was making Charrisse look depressed, but it's Charrisse making the wig look depressed.
Yeah, that's a glorious wig.
That is correct.
That is a glorious wig.
Because
Charrisse, take it off.
Yeah, because that wig has actually came back to Ethiopia with the Queen of Sheba. When the Queen of Sheba bought
that wig has been through a lot. That wig has been through a lot.
Yeah.
Charrisse, if you listening, take it off and just go natural. You beautiful, baby.
I've got to go because I've got to get some things organized. But I just wanted to come say hello.
I'm glad you did. I miss you, Buki.
Yes, I'll try and come on as much as I can.
That's right. I'm glad to see you. Well, go and get your work done. We'll talk soon.
All right. Okay. Bye, Seanitra. Bye, Kisankara. Bye, our family.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Zoe. Zoe says it's time for her funeral. She's not Aretha worthy to be held out this long. Bury the dead. Ooh. Yeah, more better. It was on the Damascus Road. It was. The wig was there. Right. I told y'all when it parted, that's why it's still dry, because not one drop of that water from the Red Sea got on it.
Dehydrated.
Yes.
Maybe it should borrow some of the water Lars and Gizelle's legs.
That's a possibility, but I think it's just better. You know, once artifacts are older, it's good to keep moisture away from them.
Because it'll deteriorate?
Yeah, you don't want it damaged. That's why I say just take it to the museum. That's all.
Well, Charrisse, give it. I don't even believe you must have stole it. It's been through all this. I know it didn't just fall in your hands.
Look at no genius. All y'all need to go to bed. Talking about something. That's the wig they thought was bread and broke it. And when they figured out it wasn't bread, they used it to clean the fish. It was the poor when she met Morris. When she met Moses, it might be. It's unconfirmed, but it's highly likely. It's very likely. That wig has been a lot of places. I told y'all this was the same wig Lot wife had on.
Them people,
they snatched it off her.
And them people was rolling in their graves insulted that y'all trying to put this.
Here's the thing. They can't do nothing about it. Yeah, I can tell jokes on you. I can. I don't even care if you hear these jokes. You can't do nothing about it.
Much like Sherri. Look, if Sherri said that, she'll really be bamming on the table.
Look at him. Rasputia better not come up in my house breaking no tables.
Because you know them people sitting her a check bamming on that table.
Sitting up there dropping them big heavy arms on that table like that.
Like you playing Donkey Kong. Look, but... Yeah, Pharaoh's army drowned, but not that wig, no. Wait a minute. So I cannot with you. You too late. It's too late at night for this foolishness. Not urination.
Ooh. Say that's all they can do. Roll. Charrisse still got that wig. Yeah, that's all they can do is roll. They can roll over. I'm trying, Nisa. I'm trying not to be silly. You know, at a certain time I get tired and y'all don't know what's gonna come out my mouth because I don't know. Hey, Millie Rock. But it's the truth though, man. I just sit there and I've been letting Charrisse make it, and I'm gonna tell you why I've been letting her make it. I know she's real mammy-ish. I know she's full of crap. No, she be lying. One, I feel like life already been hard enough on her. I'm not gonna get her. And two, I feel like that's why Team Yellow don't mind her being there because she is so frumpy and dowdy and frowsy and homely looking. And so I feel like they would want us to drag her and let them live. And I'm not going to do it. Don't throw her out here as the decoy draggy. I'm not going to drag her. I don't care. I'm coming for y'all every time. I'm going to let her make it. Life has already dragged her. She done already let the devil use her. Look at her.
I was about to say, just look at her. You do feel sorry for you when you look at her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Why kick somebody when they already die? What I say, she's so roastable. She is roastable.
Oh yeah, listen, that roaster right itself. I wouldn't
Yes.
even have to. I wouldn't even break a sweat. I wouldn't even have to stop to take a breath to
Pig,
drag Charrisse, and
pig,
I'm not gonna do it.
a pig with an apple in the mouth and a bad wig.
I'm not finna do it. We're not gonna drag her.
Mia already dragged him. What's Mia say? She loved the way her lashes be running off her face.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Like it was messed up. How you let something look like me or drag you?
And did you hear the Carlos King interview?
We played that earlier. That's how late you are.
Look, well, you are not you getting on me about being late.
Yeah, you up here late.
And look, he did it too. Talk about and I love the way her lashes be running off her face. Charrisse, get some straightening. Don't let these people keep playing with you.
Either get some straightening or get a staple gun and put them things in place. Stop doing it. Wait a minute, Linnaeus. I didn't even know you was just as crazy as the rest of them. Talking about the wig made from the hairs of dead dinosaurs. Oh no! Oh no! Mm-hmm. Yes, God.
Bianca ready to beat her down.
Say that wounded wildebeest would not even think to step on this porch. Yeah, she better not.
Oh Lord.
I mean that not to save her life. Don't come over here. Say, but she not down. Her loaf chest keep her afloat. You ain't lying. That loaf look like it can walk on water. Mo better say, yep. I don't know why she want to be on TV at her lowest. Lord the thirst. Thank you. Somebody went telling me, oh, you can be on something and we could do a video before and after you style me. I said, I'm not getting on no camera and the camera at 30 pounds. I can't afford it. Now, why Charrisse didn't realize that and why she wasn't that self-aware before she jumped her hips on that camera, I don't know. He said, no, I'm not going for that. It's all fun and games, but I don't know who told Mia Bleach's Uncle Clifford looking self to go after Rasputia. She need to worry about herself. Thank you. Rasputia should have said, wait a minute. Hold on, Hattie. Because I'd have got her if I was Sputia. At the end of the day, Sputia could have laid all her cards on the table and ripped that large Hispanic gentleman from stem to stern. Because I'd have let her know, okay, let's get this out the way. Bad wig, fat, and my money bad. Now let's come for you.
Right. And use your real voice.
I told her about all 2,700 shades of beige on her face. We'd have talked about that beat up hair. We'd have talked about the fact that she's sitting up there looking like something that can scare sugar out of stalker cane. We'd have talked about them big old feet, them huge hands. We'd have talked about the fact that her behind looked like 2 eggs in a paper sack. Baby, we'd have started from A and got all the way to Z. When we got through, she'd have really wanted to fight.
You know what? There's a question I've been meaning to ask you, and I never do on the phone.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Auntie Eva just took me out. Tell my so she been buting and scorned. Talked about I'm sorry. I had to say something. Not buting and scorned. Oh no. You ain't gonna do that to me. No, not buting and scorned. No.
I've been up, I've been down.
Woo! She said buting and scorned. God dang.
That took you out.
Oh, you ain't lying. I just got lightheaded. Oh. Oh my God. Go ahead, nephew. Go ahead. I wasn't ready.
But the beautiful part about that, as long as she got King Jesus,
Long as
she's
she got King Jesus.
she don't need nobody else.
But Jesus would have stopped her from lying.
We
Yes.
talking about Charrisse?
Yes.
Oh, he would have stopped her from wearing the wig. He would have stopped the lashes from
Let me
looking
tell
like
you
that.
something. Because one thing about him, he will polish you up.
That's
I
right.
done seen people that was on full crack, and he polished them up so good. She wouldn't still be looking like that if she had jumped on Team Jesus. Instead of Team Jesus, she jumped on Team Yellow.
Team Gizelle over there.
Team Yellow.
The Lord of the Rings.
Team Pissy.
And I Need a Bath.
Now that's what then went on.
But I've been meaning to ask you this, since you done brought up Mia's booty. Because I know you know a little better than me, because sometimes I'm just men can be kind of ignorant to it, we just want, is hers worse than Kenya's? Or is Kenya still got the
Kenya's still worse, but Kenya don't look unwashed and dingy and freak show. You know what I'm saying? Mia's giving freak show. Kenya don't look like no freak show. She just got a little botch.
You know what? Mia is definitely giving season 4 of American Horror Story.
Mia is giving me you got voted off of RuPaul's Drag Race in the first round. That's what Mia's giving me.
Hold on, I got to pray after that one. I wasn't expecting you to. Are you?
You wasn't expecting me to tell the truth.
Listen. You leave that lady alone, because you know what
I don't want to be buked and scorned.
Listen, you know what they were saying. All Candace said that she had big feet. Then all types of allegations started coming out.
Yeah, first of all, she the one said that it was transphobic. If she hadn't said it, I wouldn't agree with it.
And it is transphobic. But go and speak your truth, Mia, so we can stand behind you.
There you go. Because once she said it, now I'm gonna agree with her.
Yes. Does your chain hang low?
Does it wobble to the floor?
Does it shine in the light? We know it ain't platinum or gold.
There you go. Can you throw it over your shoulder? I'm just saying.
Only God knows.
Only God knows.
Well, we just want to know, did your chain hang low? Well, we don't really want to know if your chain hang low.
I'm scared she gonna show us, because she letting it all hang out. I'm scared. I got a bad heart. I'm getting old. I'm scared.
And we don't need Michael.
Y'all send me to go watch that show. I need hazard pay. I don't know what might happen to me watching that show.
We don't need her to show the chain, because Michael Darby might run over there allegedly.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm scared.
I'm a little scared too.
I'm telling my truth. Everybody talking about my truth. I ain't never heard so much foolishness in my life. Truth is truth. Ain't no personal truth. Truth is truth. And the truth is, I'm scared. Every week.
Ain't that crazy? People talking about my truth. If you got a truth and I got a truth, one of us lying. If not both of us. Somebody ain't no multiple truths. And go and speak your truth. You scared. I'll be a little frightened sometimes with these.
You got every right.
Potomac women. Karen, the only one I'm familiar with. These other ones are strangers to me. Wendy, I want you. You know, I ain't been on in a minute. I don't want you, but I want to have your back. But you kind of pissed me off a little bit, Wendy.
She didn't piss me off. She did. She did what I expected her to do.
Okay, see, me and you ain't even talked on that. So you was down with the apologies?
I ain't down with it, but I expected her to do it. It's like I expect Wendy stuff from Wendy. Like I expect, like y'all should expect Nitra stuff from Nitra.
We do. Now, if you come on here crying, I'm flying out to Texas.
That's when it's time to say something's wrong. If Wendy had came in there like Sister Soldier, fist in the air, I'd have been like, somebody get that heifer some help. This ain't her. This out of character for her.
Right.
Everybody looking for her to come through like Sojourner when she clearly been, Mammy Mabel since she got here. What did y'all expect?
It's just like Candace. If Candace don't cry, I'm calling the hotline.
You need to.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
If
Yes,
Charrisse
right.
don't look sad, you
Mm.
know it's a problem. If Gizelle
If
neck don't
Charrisse ever
roll,
come up in there with a lace front plucked properly with bleach knots and installed by a professional, God darn it, I'm calling the law.
who is this woman on my screen, Hoppo?
Somebody done attacked her.
Hmm.
Arrogant tail, one of them done got a hold of her. Is what done happened. Because why is her hair fixed?
Charrisse. That shows is a pretty name. Paul, we ain't never met nobody named Charrisse. Charrisse do give me a little Sophia though. That's why I wouldn't really bother. But Charrisse do give me that she might have some hands about her.
Child, they don't give me that. When your arms that fluffy, you punching in slow motion.
All the power gonna be in the first punch, and no connection.
The first punch ain't even coming all the way.
There's no connection.
You're gonna be fighting with her. It's gonna be like Neo in the Matrix. You're gonna be able to dodge it like Neo was dodging them bullets.
And don't let her be trying to talk to you because she's gonna get winded, huh?
She gonna get out of breath. All you gotta do is just run around her in a circle, and the fight is over.
Robyn, hold her.
No, you gotta do is just run around in a circle. That's it.
Finish him.
Make her chase you around the dinner table twice. It's over. Quit playing. That's it.
Charrisse back in Potomac, y'all. Past the peas.
There you go. There you go. That's it, and that's all. But that's why I say I don't bother that lady. I'm letting her make it because I feel like they threw her out there as the decoy to take all the roast. Not roasting that lady.
Mm-hmm.
I seen somebody had put a picture of a man in a wig talking about this Charrisse. I said, y'all got a lot of nerve. She might be ugly, but she don't look like no man.
No, she don't look like no man.
But mind you, Robert Dixon, that right there, easy big fella.
That's it.
Big fella. But and that's another reason why I do it like that, because I feel like it's so easy, so quick for them to say a darker complected woman look like a man. They quick to try to masculinize the black woman, and I don't like it. But meanwhile, you got Team Yellow over here, and all of them looking like they got voted off of RuPaul's Drag Race in the first round.
Well, one name come to my mind, but I know you kind of like her, so I ain't even gonna say nothing.
Who?
Anytime.
Say it. Who?
Look, y'all still gonna love your nephew, your cousin, your brother.
We gonna love you either way, but who?
Look, I don't care what y'all. Karen Huger.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the show? RuPaul. Karen
you get that from Karen.
Karen.
With all her extra feminine features. Now that nose is real witchy poo. But
she was. See, but you know what? I'll be looking, because Karen has improved. Can we agree on that?
Even when she first came on the show, she had small feminine hands. She has a small feminine frame. She ain't got no big Adam's apple like Mia. She don't have that huge Yeti foot. She ain't like Robert, got that huge manly masculine chin like the Man of Steel. So there's no masculine features on this lady. The only thing I can see with Karen that be throwing me off is that nose.
Okay, I'm gonna take it. I won't call them masculine, but I will say, since I use the word improve, she wasn't no pretty lady. We can agree on that.
When she was young, she was pretty, but I think that some features don't age the best. That nose was rough. Bianca said, I know a person down here in Atlanta that sell a good pluck wig for $89.99. Maybe we can connect her and Charrisse, or however you spell it. Yeah, that's what she need. One is pluck real good, tell them churn to bleach them knots. And then you know how they put that stuff on the forehead and glue it down to their forehead, and then they get the hot comb and a dryer and tweezers. I don't know what all they be doing, but they go in there with power tools, and they come out looking like they growed it. And that's what they need to do to Charrisse. Because apparently Wendy paying somebody to do hers. For real. Because that first season, Wendy came in there with them helmet wigs and people drug her. Wendy said, y'all won't drag me no more.
She made now. Speaking of improvements, Wendy made major improvements
immediately too. She did not wait no 2-3 seasons. She said, the way y'all heifers drug me. She was like, nah, let's get this mommy makeover. Let's get correct wigs. Let's get a foundation that match. Let's get all that.
She didn't do it Kenya Moore. You know, it took Kenya Moore a couple of years to figure out the camera didn't too much care for her skin.
Well, I think all jokes aside, Kenya just got bad skin. You know what I'm saying? And
horrible skin, yeah.
Sometimes ain't nothing you can do except go to the dermatologist, drink your water, and do what them people tell you. Now, I don't know whether in the beginning she was doing like the people told her, or whether she had to find something that worked.
But her makeup without the skin problem, she was looking. I don't know nothing about makeup, but she was looking clownish when I first saw her on there. She looked like a straight up clown.
I think everybody start off bad. They first season, they start off kind of rough because you don't really know how you're gonna look on that screen.
True.
He say that's too much. You got to ease Charrisse in the small wig upgrades. Oh, so don't take her all the way to that lace them children be putting on. So you can't put all that on her head all at once. She'll collapse. You can't take a man out the village and give him Chick-fil-A. Oh, now you might be on to something. Let's start with some fried rice, some party rice. That's what we should start with. But I just, I would like to see her do better because I feel like Team Yellow is using her as a decoy for drags, and I ain't gonna do it. I would just love to fix her hair.
If she wasn't such a mammy, she would, I feel like she would be able to spar with Robyn and Gizelle.
But with what?
Because Sherri, I feel like I told you on the phone, I don't think the Charrisse we get is the real. I don't feel like, I know that lady don't talk like that. I know she don't. I know she wasn't talking like that her whole life. This
is the thing. She sat up there and let Gizelle spray her talking about she was sleeping with a fireman and this and that, and she still ain't handle it like she should.
Yeah, because she mad at Karen for no reason, because Karen ain't do nothing when her daddy died or whatever she said on the thing.
She wasn't just making up stuff. She was trying to get a moment with Karen because she could tell that people was digging Karen and they wasn't digging her, and she wanted to be relevant. And
that's kind of
what people do.
Yeah, you steady talking about the lady throughout the interview, but I've never said anything. I've kept my secret. You done already 5 years ago. You was alleging the lady was cheating on her man. What are you talking about?
So she go say, I'm tired, boss. She from Potomac City, boss. And if you keep wearing that mop, Seanitra gonna roast the bonding glue off you. But I'm gonna leave her be though. I'm trying to do it. I don't want to mess with her like that.
Yeah, I'm about to head out. Somebody, before I jump off, somebody please come up here and talk to my auntie.
Auntie finna go. Y'all gonna have me up in here almost 4 hours.
Keep on here for another hour, y'all. Somebody hit that StreamYard.
You better be glad I ain't nowhere near you. I'd have threw a shoe at you right there. Talking about so she good for another hour. The lies you tell. If you was anywhere near me, I'd have threw a shoe at you.
that deserved a shoe on TV.
That deserved the whole shoe. You dead wrong for that. Talking about some goddamn another hour. I was supposed to only be in here for an hour.
Look, y'all, but before y'all get out for real, and I usually just text her. Y'all like my auntie video on the way out.
Let me see what's going on with these likes, because I don't know if what they saying is legit or whether somebody ain't hit their didn't refresh.
They refreshed it.
They didn't refresh. My likes are fine. I got 158 likes. I'm not mad.
Well, thank you for showing my auntie Shaniqua.
Don't make me get off here and go call a boy.
Hey, look, I already call you and a boy because I ain't see the person who titled you Shaniqua in a while. I was about to go do a wellness.
She back. We was missing face. We love face.
I had missed. I was about to draw a bridge over there to Georgia and go find. and go find her.
I need to throw a shoe at you. It's too late for these shenanigans. I need to throw a whole shoe at you.
Well, I'm going, y'all. I love y'all.
Get your butt up out of here and go to bed. Listen, that's for everybody. Look, I appreciate y'all so much. We finna go. I mean, now, finna get up out of here. If you already hit the like button, I thank you. I appreciate you. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you click all so you'll know every time we go live on this porch. And make sure you also, subscribe. It's free. It's money back guarantee too. If you don't get your chuckle in, you can get all your money back, even though it wasn't no money. Okay, if you want to join channel membership, there's a join button below the video. Okay, all right. And we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening. If nobody else tells you, God loves you, I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it at all. My nephew is telling y'all good night. Tell them people good night.
Good night.
All right. I'll talk to y'all later, all right? Bye, y'all.